find your way back home. Don't let me drown. Don't let me drown. Don't let me drown. Until you find your way back home. I can't regret leaving you alone until you find your way back home.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Cobx Indian Esports Championship. My name is Vivek and we've got Aggressive 5 on the Radiant facing off versus Baap Marega. They're still in the upper bracket, so if they lose, they're not out of the tournament just yet. Aggressive 5, new squad, new directions for them altogether. They've been playing some great Dota, whatever little I have seen of them with this new squad. For those of you who are wondering who's who on Aggressive 5, Gian is battling the 7k MMR player from the northeast. Batosai, the ex Beyond Infinity player, is going to the off lane. That leaves us with Flair aka Pasol on the captain's role. He's playing the 4th position. Negi is Pinkman going to the mid lane. And yeah, that's pretty much their roster. Wolf, I'm not quite sure who the secondary support is. It's just not coming to me right now. But let's dive back into the bans, and Slada and Warlock getting banned out from Baap Marega. Slada being one of Batosai's stronger picks in the off lane, and Pasol has been drafting a fair bit of Warlock, and he's had some good success with it. Brings a whole lot of team fight to the table. And speaking of team fight, Baap Marega open with the Magnus. Aggressive 5, the countering with the Rubik, hopes of stealing that RP. And they've got a strong offlaner themselves in the form of the Darkseer, who should come online a little bit earlier in comparison to the Magnus. Disruptor is the pickup from Baap Marega. Glimpse could be a way to deal with Surge. I would really like to see an Oracle. I mean, it's been a while since we've seen Fortune's End deal with all those Iron Shells, and it is still effective. We haven't seen much Oracle play at all in 7.05, and I don't think there's any reason this hero's fallen off, but I guess it's just been forgotten for the time being. Juggernaut getting taken out by Aggressive 5, great synergy there with the Magnus, and all-round decent core to have in pretty much any lineup. Offers a little bit of pushing, a little bit of team fight, a little bit of everything. Baap Marega, they're taking out the Ricky Maru Aggressive 5. They still have position for one roaming support. Could draft something like the Monkey King, considering that they do have first pick after this ban phase. Lina gets taken out by Baap Marega. Would really like a Monkey King. Kinetic Field, if I'm not mistaken, does provide vision as to where the Monkey King is in the trees. But they're going to go with the Tusker. It's something they picked earlier on in the tournament as well, and they quite literally snowballed on the back of that Tusker. Next pick for Baap Marega. Probably looking to pick up a support. They could do the Monkey King if they wish. But Tusk does have the sigil, which does provide some vision around the trees. Might even be forced to level it up early on. But Invoker, he slipped through the pool. And Baap Marega, no hesitation, just pick up the Invoker early on. Okay, thanks Akshay Bansode. Wolf is Negi and Pinkman is the secondary support. I've got Cloudx joining me here in the studio as well. I cannot remember who's Pinkman. We both know this player.
God damn it! Okay, why did you have to do this to me? Have you asked me the question?
I brought you in and I put you on the spot. Anyway,
Pinkman. Who? Come on, man. We know who Pinkman is. Hold on. I actually. It's fortunate that I have a secondary laptop open, so I can actually do some googling as your co-cast and find out who this fellow is.
Statsman Cloudx. More like going to the yellow pages Cloudx. But
I'm just gonna go to Aggressive 5's Facebook page and find out what their final roster is. Is Pinkman paddling by any chance? No, that's Gian.
Gian is paddling. Batosai is Batosai. Flair is Pasol.
10 seconds remaining.
Okay, Pinkman is apparently Pinkman himself. That's his new name now. So we're just gonna go with that.
I remember the face. I've definitely seen him at Lance.
And Wolf is Negi?
Yeah. Rather quick draft coming out from both teams. Yeah, I mean, they're just rapidly progressing through the draft. No hesitation, picking the cores and the supports they need. It looks like both teams have done the research. They do know each other rather well. And we see a Pudge getting banned out by Aggressive 5.
What is that about? I mean, I mean, I do get that Pudge fits in as one of the roamers versus the TA. I guess that's probably why they chose to ban out the Pudge. Right now, the real source of damage over time that they have is in the form of the Slark and his Dark Pact. It is multiple instances of damage that does bring down the refraction. You've got the Ice Wall as well, which could be pretty useful versus the Templar Assassin if they can get it down in a good position. Not to mention the Static Storm, which is possibly the best way to deal with the Templar this game. Baap Marega needs a secondary support, a roaming support, something with damage over time, and given that the Pudge has been banned out, I don't see too many heroes that fit that bill anymore.
Monkey King still in the pool.
But he's not damage over time.
No, he isn't.
You could go for something unconventional, a Venomancer roaming.
I wanted to say it, but I was like, maybe that's too stupid.
And nothing is stupid in the realm of Dota, man.
I think Venomancer is very legit. You could do Venomancer.
You could, but you gotta worry about Rubik stealing away the Poison Nova. It's quite easy. In fact, anything that you steal from the Venomancer as Rubik is a great to have spell, right?
So I was going through Dota buff yesterday, actually today in fact, and the hero with the highest win rate in this patch is Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden, has the highest win rate. Even at the KM Major, Crystal Maiden had the highest win rate. You can check that.
That's insane.
Yeah. Last pick for Baap Marega. They're really considering the options here. They do need another support. And
Earth Spirit, Monkey King, Bounty Hunter, and Venomancer are our options here, right?
yeah. What else?
I think those are pretty much the only options, unless you want to go for Avenger and just get that extra damage or that armor. Armor reduction coming out with the physical DPS augmentation from the Magnus. If you go for the Monkey King, I think it's a lot more beneficial, given that you'll also have another hero that's a candidate for the Empower. While he isn't exactly a source of physical DPS, given that he usually runs the support role, just the ability to have another augmented hero that would benefit from that Empower isn't a bad move. But this A5 draft is really smart, I have to admit. TA pick as a fourth pick, recognizing the lack of damage over time. TA is good versus the Invoker, and that last ban Pudge is really one of the smartest things I've seen so far. Next Assassin going to be picked up as the final pick from Baap Marega. Now I'm assuming this is going to be a roaming support Next Assassin with an offlane Magnus and a mid Invoker. A5 is still looking for their
safe
one
lane
position, their core. And a couple of heroes that come to mind include the Phantom Assassin, the Phantom Lancer if they want to play cheesy Dota, or maybe even something that's a little more, I would say unconventional yet effective. Never mind. I was going to suggest something like a Chaos Knight for the ability to push towers, but they'll go with the Spectre. They'll rely on the Templar and possibly a Dragonlance and a Tesser to take down buildings.
Good stuff coming out from both teams. I mean, they've got reasonably well-rounded drafts. I mean, there's no team. I mean, it's not a one-sided draft just yet. And very quickly, Cloudx, your predictions on game one.
Aggressive 5. I think A5's got this.
Okay. My predictions for game one is that as soon as we load, there will be a pause, and then I'll give you my prediction for game one.
That goes without saying, man. You know, someone should make like a GIF. This is Sparta, this is India, and then before he kicks him off into the well, there should be like a game is pause. We should make that GIF. For those of you that are just tuning in, by the way, you're watching the Cobx Indian Esports Championship. We're now moving into the upper bracket semi-finals here. The winner here will move on to the upper bracket finals, and I think that should guarantee them a third place finish. Does that guarantee them a third place finish? Yeah, I think it does. The loser of the upper bracket final drops to the lower bracket final, so it does guarantee them a place in the third place at the very minimum. Both teams have done well to get so far. Baap Marega with one of the most enjoyable names that we have ever come across in an Indian Dota tournament, I have to say. While Aggressive 5, they're looking like the hot shots on the block now. With I mean, the only other team that I've seen actually put on a solid performance, or a really solid performance in the Indian circuit, is Entity Esports. Aggressive 5 are probably the second best team in the circuit right now. But I'd like to see someone give them a run for their money, and if a team named Baap Marega does it, I'll be over the moon, man.
Lot of early contests coming out for these boards. Disruptor, his smoke will break. Good positioning coming out from paddling. So he won't be getting the ward off for his offlaner, or even if he does, the Tusk could look for an early reward. Tusk did get in there early and got the ward off on the cliff. And it looks like the Dire have done something similar here as well. Both teams want to contest their offlaners. This is a Radiant board you don't see too often, but considering that more and more supports are moving into the offlane part of the jungle to contest those neutral creeps and maybe even steal the bounty rune, it makes sense coming out from the Radiant to drop this board.
Can we take a look at what the Magnus has started off with? Okay, so he's not gone for the poor man shield altogether. We've seen a lot of Magnuses doing this. But why is his name in... I don't even know, man. Anyway. Yeah, but he started with a stout shield. He is up against a Spectre, Tusk and a Rubik tri-lane. That's a really scary tri-lane, I have to admit. I fear for this Magnus. I just don't see him surviving for too long. If he skewers away and they manage to follow him with the snowball, those desolate hits are going to start stacking up a lot of damage. And the longer this game goes without the Magnus retreating into the jungle, the harder it gets for him to survive. Middle lane is going to be a TA versus Invoker matchup. That's another matchup that does favor the Templar Assassin. There's also going to be rotations coming in from the Tusk every now and then to try and score those kills on him. Templar did start off with the side lane, so she is prioritizing the harass on the Invoker as opposed to her own CS. And that's allowing Vijay Dinanath Chauhan to actually get some decent amount of denies into the pool here.
Yeah, the good thing though for the Dire is that even if Magnus is not off to the hottest start and doesn't get his blink really early, they do have the Nyx Assassin to maybe look for pickoffs, get fight started with a Vendetta and an Impale. So they do have a secondary source of initiation as well. So Magnus, I mean, I don't see his blink coming that early, but he doesn't have to worry too much about it. The team fight is still there in Baap Marega.
Flair has done a fair bit of work here. Does he have the lift? He does. He's going to lift it, and they're going to throw him further back here. He's going to go down here. This will be your first blood. No, the fairy fire helps him stay alive. He did have the skewer available though. Surprising that he didn't choose to use it. The great Indian Dota pause has returned. Pinkman. Giving a very non-specific reason. Sorry, P. Sec. I like the Roshan indicator that they've added on the map after the latest update. There's a small golden circle that forms around it, I believe, when Roshan goes down, and you get to know how far Roshan's respawn really is. What do you think, man? Do you think Baap Marega has a lineup that can take a victory here?
I think so. They do. The CS battle in the mid lane is actually going in favor of the Invoker just yet. He's got more denies to his name. He's sitting at level 3 while TA is at level 2. So he is sort of winning this lane versus Negi, and that's a good start for Team Baap Marega. How are the cores looking? I mean, it's too early to say. Spectre not doing too bad. They did try and bring down the Magnus like you pointed out, but Magnus survived. But the problem here for Baap Marega is Pinkman with the Iron Shell. I mean, early on, he can apply a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I do like Baap Marega's lineup in the sense that they've got some really strong team fight potential. But I think that's where the Spectre really excels. And oh, Nana Patekar fanboy is probably going down here. You spoke about that Iron Shell on the Tusk, and it's already starting to pay dividends. And for good measure, they'll even surge him. Now, MMR booster could be going down as well. The Iron Shell, how much time does he have on it? He can go forward with the snowball. The Iron Shell has worn off. There is a stun coming out, and Pinkman will be pushed back off the lane.
No glimpse on Disruptor just yet.
Yeah. Fortunately, I don't think the Nyx will actually have to make a base trip because he does have a fair bit of base HP regen. And with those tangos, of course, he's going to be able to get back into fighting shape quite quickly. Flair, meanwhile, stealing a bounty rune off of the Dire side of the map, just gaining minimal advantages as they push forward. And now Wolf with that double damage rune should be able to take a commanding lead on the CS at the middle lane, thus resetting whatever advantage the Invoker had.
Yeah. But top lane is where the action's at. I mean, Bartosai and Pinkman, they're doing this time and time again. Just drop the Iron Shell on the Tusk. He's got the snowball to work with. And look at the positioning coming out from the supports. Actually, I think this is a good move coming out from them. They know that aggressive, I want to be aggressive early on, true to their name. And they're just avoiding this Tusker early on in the laning phase. But yeah, Pinkman's got a TP. Bartosai could drop another Iron Shell on him and just send him to the mid lane if he wants to. I mean, it looks like the Invoker sense that he already used a scan in this area as well, just to check if any ganks were incoming.
How's the bottom lane looking? Magnus has a decent 10 CS in his bank. He's actually keeping pace alongside that Spectre. This is because the Tusk get dropped off, and in a melee versus melee matchup, it's clearly the Magnus with the advantage. He's at level 3. I think the Spectre should be around the same level, which means that the Magnus has that point in Empower. Has he put a point in Empower?
Hold on.
No, he hasn't actually put a point in Empower, so he's actually taking us the lane despite not having the Empower. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's a shrine. It's all just a shrine that they need to pop to reset this lane again.
Nana Patekar, he's looking for the pounce angle. In fact, he's just contesting the neutral camp here. Maybe pulling it even a little bit.
Yeah, I'm looking at. I want to look at the Tusk again because he is playing really deep here into the jungle. It's a smart play. They know that they can't be punished here. If things go wrong, the Darkseid just rotates in with an Iron Shell and a Surge, bails out Pinkman, and with the Snowball, he can delay the time in which they're doing damage on him while Darkseid makes his way towards him. It's a strong dual lane, but is it doing enough here? Because the Slark does have 17 CS despite being faced with all of this contention.
Yeah, the Slark's doing quite fine actually. He's picked up the PMS. Picked up the Iron Talon as well. I say that, but Pinkman just snowballs in aggressively. The eye shot slightly off the mark there.
He is out of consumables though. They have spotted this, which is why they're making these plays. But his supports can give him salves and get him back into fighting shape.
So, Aggressify do this thing where they focus more on contesting safe laner than contesting the off laner. And it's showing. I mean, Magnus has not yet died. Pasol has tried his best to bring him down. Hasn't succeeded. Could this come back to hurt them though?
I definitely think so. This is a game where you want to contest the Magnus. There's a lot more priority on slowing down the Magnus's Blink Dagger than there is on slowing down the Slark Shadowblade. Magnus with the Blink is essentially a lot more devastating in the first 15 to 20 minutes of the game than a Slark with a Shadowblade.
Anyway, look at this. Almost all the supports rotating to the mid lane. We've got Disruptor and the Nyx hanging here. What's our vision looking like? Nyx goes in, Cold Snap, Sunstrike. It should be a kill, but Wolf pops the refraction, and Pinkman is there with the counter initiation. Glimpse onto the TA, looking for more. TA brought back, turns around, one melt hit, Disruptor lifted in the air, thrown back. It's a double kill for the Tusk early on. Yeah. And the supports on the side of Baap Marega, they rotated. I mean, the rotation was spot on, but
I think Wolf had an Arcane Rune on himself there, which allowed him to get quicker refraction and meld back online. Yeah, he did actually pop the Arcane Rune there. So.
Okay.
There's Shrine up, they'll come back. Pinkman with a good start. Top 3 on the net worth in terms of... yeah, it is all 3 heroes from the Radiant side, all 3 Radiant cores, sitting at above 2,100 net worth. Slark, not doing too badly, but at the same time, Magnus has done really well. He's got himself 2100 net worth of his own, but they are trying to make a play on him. He does have mana for a skewer, and Pinkman does get spotted out on this rotation.
Yeah, good stuff coming out from the Magnus. I mean, the traditional route that you would take after ganking mid is attempt a gank on the safe lane, and Magnus doesn't fall for it. Has he completed the Iron Talon? Yes, and he's getting closer to the Arcane Boots as well, and that will just accelerate his farming. But I really do like what Aggressify are doing. They know that Baap Marega are in no fighting shape because they're basically playing 4v5 without the Magnus. And they're applying pressure all across the map, punishing the offlane choice here actually. I mean, Magnus is not someone who can fight early. Maybe Baap Marega should do the same and try and bring down the Darks here. Punish Bartosai.
They do have the tools to bring him down. I mean, Disruptor is one of the best heroes to deal with the Darks here. but they're just not making the necessary plays. He's even popped a surge. This should have been an opportunity to go in. Unfortunately, you've got a disconnect coming from the Rubik, but this should be Barosai's death. He is running around with no surge for 7 seconds. MMR booster has himself the impale, and you've got a point in the glimpse. I actually don't see how Barosai survives this. Maybe if he goes from the left here, he should be able to get out, but it's still wishful thinking at this point.
I mean, the Nyx needs to whiff his impale. That's...
Even in that scenario, I don't think he gets away, man. He's just got to walk in first with the Spike Carapace, given that the Ion Shell is still upon him, and then stun into stun.
Barosai. All eyes on him whether he can get out of this. Worst time to possibly disconnect, and he's going to reconnect and see 3 dire heroes all around him. Net worth. It looks like the TA is pulling ahead of the Invoker by a fair amount. Invoker was off to the better start with those denies, but he's taking some time to catch up. Barosai moves into the trees. The Spike Carapace is there. Will the Impale be there in time? The Kinetic Field not holding on to Barosai. There's a Horn that comes out from the Spectre, and a wall's been dropped as well. Here's the Impale we were talking about. Barosai pops the Soul Ring and ends up falling. It's MMR Booster who gets the kill, and Paddling uses the Impale, uses the Haunt and doesn't accomplish anything. Pinkman with the Eye Shard looking for the kill, will score it on the Disruptor. And the Impale coming out from MMR Booster does nothing to hold off aggressive fight. Good stuff coming out from them. I mean, they used the Haunt. It was a Disruptor for a Darkseer, so I'm not sure if that's the best trade, but yeah, they did get something in return.
4-1, aggressive 5 taking the lead here. It is game 1 of a best of 3. Magnus, he's queued up the Blink Dagger. His priority is to get the Blink within the first 15 minutes of the game. And given that he hasn't died just yet, this is a really good game for Magnus is having thus far. He's even picked up the Iron Talent to help accelerate the farm inside the jungle. They need to score a kill on him. Aggressive 5 has to find that pick off, else they are going to regret it eventually. However, at the middle lane, Invoker is now essentially being shut down completely, with Wolf taking up a good 3400 net worth. He's at 52 CS.
Ooh, nice glimpse coming out from the Disruptor. They've caught Barosai under their own tower and bring him down for a second time. No Haunt coming out from the Spectre this time. And yeah, I really like what Baap and Marega are doing here. They're winning their offlane a whole lot harder than aggressive.
I mean, they're safe lane. Oh yeah, you're
their
right.
offlane. I mean, Magnus has been doing a lot better. He hasn't died once. Should be having his Blink online at a reasonably good timing.
I mean, I wouldn't say they're doing a lot better though, because as far as the net worth goes, the Darkseer's pretty much kept pace with him. Darkseer does have kills and assists to his name, which is why even though he has 2 deaths, he's managed to keep up the money going. It's sort of, I mean, the only consolation here is that even though the Darkseer is keeping pace with the Magnus, some of Baap Marega's heroes have been slowed down, which is why I'd give a slight advantage over to aggressive 5 in this laning stage. They've won the middle lane, the bottom lane has been lost, I'd say, but at the same time, Spectre has been free farming almost uncontested now.
Could this be one of those Radiant's first games for the Spectre?
I think it is actually. It's a really great tool to have up against that Magnus, right? You don't want him linking in with the RP, and up until he gets a BKB, and even maybe after he gets his BKB, it's really hard to jump in once the Spectre pops the Haunt. Look at the river, they're going to contest this Arcane Rune. Wolf, he's got himself the Haste Rune as well. He does not want to go up there though.
Yeah, good discipline coming out from Wolf. I mean, once you go up that cliff, you're almost walking into the enemy shrine, and you never know who's hiding there waiting for you. Flare and Pinkman, how are they looking? How are the supports looking on the side of aggressive 5? They're definitely pulled ahead in terms of EXP, so they have benefited more from the laning phase.
Yeah, Dusk has hit level 6, so they've got that extra lockdown and an extra bit of damage coming out for them now. As for the Rubik, I think he is close to level 6 himself.
Yeah, he's at 5.
Yeah, he's at 5.
Could pick up the tomb if he wanted to.
He's even stacking the Ancients on his way. So preparing for a burst of gold in favor of Wolf.
Both teams are playing measured Dota here. They respect each other. They're not diving recklessly. And I think this is a matchup that's somewhat similar in terms of skill level.
Yeah, I mean 11 minutes in, 6 kills it's not a very action-packed game, but it's working out. I wouldn't say it's working out terribly for either side. Both teams have a game plan. Slark gets his Shadow Blade, Magnus gets his Blink Dagger, and they fight. That's the game plan for Baap for Marega. As for Aggressive 5, if they're getting free farm on a Spectre, you never say no to it. If they want to make plays though, I think now is a decent time though.
They made a play, I missed it. Apologies, guys. Jian and Tusk are grouped up. Pinkman, okay, looks like he committed the Walrus Punch and everything to bring down the Magnus. So they did get that first kill of the Magnus, and it looks like they're going to bring down Nyx in the mid lane as well.
Yeah, the Magnus kill is what's really important though. They end up bringing him down. His Blink Dagger gets delayed. What's his goal looking like? 1100. So he was making decent progress to it. This sets him back by a minute or so, which is another minute that they can use to make a play here. Pinkman, look at him. He's waiting for that opportunity to roll in on the cover of the snowball. Starts with the ice shots, comes in from behind, sends him up into the air, and with the Melt Strike and an Alacrity, they get that kill. Now they've slowed down the Nyx. They've dusted him for good measure. It's a double kill for Negi. Great stuff coming out from Aggressive 5. That high ground initiation from Pinkman's Tusk was really well worth it.
And this is transitioning into a quick objective for them. Good stuff coming out from Aggressive 5. I mean, Nyx almost read the rotation, right? That's why he moved into the mid lane trying to disrupt it. But unfortunately, he just ends up falling.
But look at the prep though. They've even got the Observer placed behind the tier 1 towers. So it's the mark of a team that has done their homework and sat down together and had some discussions about how to siege buildings. Drop a ward behind the tier 1, force a fight at the tier 1, play with the vision advantage, take a further advantage with the tower. Maybe the rinse and repeat at bottom, because I do see an Observer placed down on the cliff there. This is a good Observer ward to have when you're trying to take tier 1 at bottom.
Pinkman, I'm not sure if he can bring down Nana Pareka, but will give a good punch to the fish and just get the hell out of there. Wolf, I mean, he sees Magnus, he's got the Blink Dagger, is thinking about it. They do not have the horn on the Spectre.
How long till it's back though?
Well, it should be back shortly, but Wolf has just gone ahead. The skewer comes out from the Magnus. He's got his Blink Dagger, he's got refraction charges as well. Doesn't want to eat an RP and have TP rotations coming in. Next, it looks like they managed to glimpse back the TA, who promptly blinks out of there before the Thunder Strike could even land on her. And
they're turning back in though. I mean, Spectre's already haunted and gone on the Magnus. Now they're going to go in with the snowball. Good Static Storm coming out. It's got 2 Wicked Impact coming out as well. It's got the Sunstrike coming in as well. They bring down both of them. And that's killing spree taken away by the Slark. That works out really well for Baap Marega. They actually end up as the victors in that skirmish.
I think at this point in the game, you just have to respect shrines as much as you respect towers. It is easy access for any team to just come there, get some health and mana to work with, and make a counter play. And Aggressive 5.
Slark has the Shadow. Good to get out of here.
Battosai
is going to try and block him. Oh, they know which direction.
The vacuum wave dropped the wall as well. Level 2 vacuum.
That was very questionable. I mean, he vacuumed back, knowing that he missed the Slark. He still decided to put down the wall. Anyway.
Probably shift queued the vacuum wall.
I doubt
Is that it? I don't know.
But no haunt. I mean, they do have a haunt available now, so they could consider pushing a tower and bringing in the Spectre. But do they really want to? She's at 3,400 gold and is really close to that Radiance. Can we take a look at the Magnus? We're yet to see an RP in this game. And it looks like it's only going to come post Blink Dagger.
Yeah, it's not that 15-minute Blink Dagger that looked like a really possible timing for him to hit as he started out in the early game. It's going to take a little bit longer, but he has died a couple of times as well. And I think the Radiant recognizes. They're just grouping up. They've got the mech on Battosai. The wall is on cooldown though. But they are thinking of sieging here. Wolf going for the Blink Dagger. Hopes to fight early on.
I'm not sure why folks decide to pause without a reason here. I mean, I feel like competitive Dota should have a new rule installed where you don't get to pause unless you disconnect.
Yeah. Someone was saying this on Reddit.
I remember seeing a post about this as well. I think it was someone on Twitter that said this. But I think it's a fairly good rule to have. Anyway, they are going for the tower. This tier 1 has fortification up. Doesn't that look like an Overwatch logo on top of the tower?
Yeah, sort of.
Strange. Anyway, they are going to try and contest by the looks of it. You've got the Disruptor coming in. Is he actually going for the deny here? That's suicide. If he tries to deny this by himself, it is absolute suicide.
Anyway, Nana Patekar has come in. He's got the Shadow Blade, so he's okay. Wolf, he's got the Blink Dagger. He knows the Disruptor is in the trees. Disruptor trying to cut through those trees, but he can't escape. There's the horn coming out from the Spectre, and Rubik steals something, and a pause at the right moment.
How is this allowed? Okay, they're gonna try now.
What is Rubik stolen? Invoker dropping low, vacuum back. This time he done miss. The Walrus punch is there as well. Nyx comes to the party, throws out an impale, a mana burn, stays alive, but here's the RP. Where's the follow-up? The shockwave is there. It will bring down Pasol. Wolf looking for more. One melded. Is it going to be enough? Jumps in aggressively. Looks for Nana Patekar. Nana Patekar's Shadow Blade coming off cooldown. The Spectral Dagger is there. One more meld hit. 2 quick kills for Wolf, and the RP resulting in nothing at all for Baap Marega.
Yeah, that was a good attempt coming out from the Magnus. Keyword in and got the RP off on 2. But all they really got for it was a kill on the Rubik, while they end up losing 3, and Wolf walks away with some more money in his pockets. Spectre, did she enter the fray there? I didn't quite catch that, but...
She did haunt and throw out the dagger. Picked up 2 earn charges in that fight.
And a relic now finished up, so the Radiance is not too far off for her. Paddling is looking pretty strong here on the Spectre. This is actually some insane timing. 7,000 net worth, 16 minutes in, and almost has the Radiance with the Urn and the Phase Boots. This is pretty much a Spectre gone wild. How do they deal with a late game Spectre though this game?
Well, you try to end the game earlier. Nana Patekar is trying to look for those pickoffs, but we've got another disconnect. This match, I mean, the best teams have the worst technical problems, it seems. Quick look at the network charts. It's a 7,500 goal lead in favor of Aggressify. That's rather significant so early on. The Dire, I don't want to say they're out of this just yet. I mean, they've got the items they need. Magnus does have the Blink, but maybe, just maybe, Spectre picks up the Radiance before. I mean, Spectre picks up the Radiance rather soon and just haunts and shuts down the Magnus in fights.
Yeah, once the Radiance is online, it gets significantly harder for them to make plays. They've got to make something happen with the Vendetta on the Nyx now. Vendetta into Impale into Sunstrike is a fairly lethal combination that they have going for themselves. But did he just go for the Midas instead of the Arcane Boots first? Can we have a look at the Curio?
Yep.
Yeah, he called for a Midas recipe before the Arcane Boots. Okay then.
He picks up 2 clarities. Magnus has an Arcane Boots.
And he's got his Blink now, so maybe they can try and make something happen here.
Yeah, RP coming off cooldown. Aggressify, I mean, I'm sure they don't want to group up early on and just be sitting ducks for that RP.
Yeah. Can we have a look at the TA? Has the Deso been finished up? Yeah, looks like the final Mithril ammo is flying out, so Roshan is on the cards for them now. If they take a successful fight or the RP is put on cooldown, they can go in and take Roshan as an advantage or as an objective. They'll smoke up. I assume this is because the Radiance should be complete on that Spectre. No,
yeah, almost.
yet. They're actually just going to try and create space, but Spectre's the one that's being targeted here. They've smoked themselves on the side of the Dire and are on the hunt.
Yeah, this could be an easy pick-off. I mean, Nyx is trying for the wraparound. He's under cover of Vendetta. The horn comes up from Jian. He's getting glimpsed back.
Oh,
but
wow.
I think he's dodged it all. No, he's there. He's been caught in the Static Storm. Brought down by the Magnus. And that is a big kill for them. The Radiance was online on paddling, but he doesn't end up getting anything done with it. Nana Patekar caught out of position. The eye shots are there. He's looking for the juke, but Wolf will kill him. The RP is there once more. Skewer stolen this time by Flair, who runs straight to the Magnus, pops the Fate Bolt, scores the double kill.
Flair with the cheeky play, man. Stolen skewer. He tries to put him on the cliff after that to make him think about what he's done, but they end up getting 4 kills. They end up losing the Spectre, however. But it's alright. I mean, that lost money has been made up for. She's finished up the Radiance, and they're also going to get a tier 2 tower off of this. Not to mention the RP. That RP came in so late, really. You need the RP to connect while the Static Storm is thrown down and while the Invoker's in the vicinity.
Yeah. Invoker was trying to catch up in the jungle, and Slark was there even before the RP came out, so there was really no follow-up damage for that RP. I mean, he is hitting 3-man RPs, but there needs to be damage coming out from his team, without which it's pretty much meaningless. And Nyx, with Midas trying to look for a pick off here, the Radiant Shrine is active. He's at least giving his team some much needed vision. Nana Patekar, this could be a kill. They've got the Sunstrike. Vendetta hit, pounce, Dark Pack. Easy kill for Nana Patekar, and that's a dominating streak that comes to an end. 625 gold going in the pocket of the Slark.
That is actually...
Yeah, it is a big kill.
A very big kill, in fact. Now, can we have a look at the Slark? Has he made any progress towards an Echo Saber?
Looks like he's going for the Silver Edge.
Yeah, he's rushing
for the
Silver
Spectre.
Edge. Makes sense. Can't disagree with it. I mean, it's also not terrible versus the Rubik, right? You end up disabling the null field, and eventually your Pounce and Dark Pack do more damage on him, thus securing the kill. But there you go, under cover of the Shadow Blade again. He's gone on Pink Min, but his Shadow Blade is going to time out soon. He's actually ended up taking a lot of damage here. He's committing for the kill on Jian. What was he thinking, really? RP will connect on just one, and then they'll haunt up again. They want to go in, but the Static Storm has silenced up the Spectre. He's just standing in the middle of the play, using that dispersion to do damage. They bring down both the Magnus and the Disruptor, but they can't quite finish the job on the Slark, who's made his way back now.
Yeah, no Slark, no Magnus, no Disruptor, and perfect time to take down Roshan. If the Dire do have a sense of what's happening, the Magnus is respawning shortly, but he doesn't have the RP to work with. The scan does come out from the Dire, so they know exactly what's going on. Has Invoker completed his Ags? Not yet. Dire just giving up Roshan here. They shouldn't have chased that deep. I'm not sure what the idea was coming up from the Slark. He was pretty confident that his team would follow up, but they just couldn't bring down the Tusk. Ooh, Wolf jumps in, sees the Invoker. He's got the Ghost Walk, will be fine for the time being.
He put a trap on the front side and blew the other one. I don't know if it had made a difference anyway. They'll take what they'll get now. Another tier 2 tower is going to go into their pockets, and Pinkman is ready to initiate if things go wrong. They've almost got a hood finished, or rather a pipe finished up on the Tusk as well. That's actually a huge deal versus the Static Storm and the Invoker. But with this dust, this is going down. With the stun coming out from Pinkman, they will get a 3-man Impale coming out, and then Pinkman just shoryukens him into the sky.
Yeah, game slowly slipping away from the hands of Baap Marega. It's a 10,000 network lead in favor of Aggressive 5, and I'm not sure how Baap Marega come back into this. They need an RP and an absolute YouTube-worthy wombo combo moment coming out from the Invoker. Nana Patekar prepping for that. Jumps in with the Silver Edge. Skewer will whiff. And Wolf says thank you, I'll siege once more.
Yeah, they're willing to commit this Aegis by the looks of it to get that tower. But as I say that, they back away. They don't have a haunt, so it is a risky move coming out. Just trying to take down that tier 3 like this.
Yeah, paddling has haunt in 4 seconds too.
Alright, one more urn charge thrown up on the Spectre, onto the TA. And they're back in action again. Blink, Dragonlance, Desolator and an Aegis 23 minutes in. How do you deal with this at all? Pretty certain the BKB is going to be a next item. Uh-oh, Wolf blinks and dodges a tornado. They have the sentry ward, and Nyx just straight too far out there. He ends up dropping. They pop the horn. They've gone in as well. Spectre's gonna finish the job on the Disruptor before he can drop down the Static Storm successfully. As there will be a mech pop by the Dark Side. That's a stolen RP with an FMG, but it's a tad bit too late. It's a stolen RP that's whiffed by Flair. He RP'd no one in the fray.
And yeah, once again, I mean, Magnus is getting those RPs off, but there is really no follow-up damage. Invoker throughout the meteor and the deafening blast on Batosai, but Batosai didn't end up falling to that. If I'm not mistaken, it was the mech that kept him alive.
Yeah, he did have the mech, he popped it and stayed alive.
Yeah, but that's a lane of barracks for Aggressive 5, and Team Baap Marega, they played some good Dota, but just not good enough to beat Aggressive 5. No RP to work with this time.
I mean, they're playing with one lane of barracks behind and they're really with a completely underfarmed team. It's just turning into a slaughter fest here. But at the same time, I don't think A5 can finish the job just yet. They might need to back away and come back when the Haunt is back.
I mean, they've got the ages, they could commit, they know that there's no RP, no static storm. But it is a risky proposition. And when Wolf is getting closer and closer to his BKB, you might just want to wait out for that item.
There it is, he just bought it out.
Okay.
He sells off the Ring of Attila, picks up the BKB perhaps, and it's go time. And while you're waiting, might as well take a couple of shrines and get some more money in your bank accounts.
What's the play for Baap Marega?
Oh,
I mean, their biggest teamfight control is the Invoker now. They pop the smoke, they're trying to
this
take
is
the
the play, but only if RP was available.
smoke breaks.
What a waste.
Magnus standing on the front
He
lines.
gave up.
Wolf goes ahead, gets skewered back. He immediately blinks out. Slark moves in, lifted up into the air, being controlled by the Rubik. Pinkman with the Walrus Punch. Elsewhere, there's a Tornado EMP and an Ice Wall. But Negi just standing through all of that and punching away on the Nexus Acid. Vijay Dinana Chauhan caught out of position, dusted up, pops the Ghost Walk, gets out of there. There's the haunt that comes through from Gian. It's a quick kill on the Disruptor. He haunts aggressively forward, brings down the Invoker and the Nyx Assassin. He's looking for more, and it's Nana Partaker who bounces back into his own fountain. And the GG's been called. 25 minutes, Aggressive 5 are your winners of Game 1.
Yeah, fantastic performance coming out of them in Game 1, but I do think Baap Marega has shown some promise, and they do hold a prospect of winning Game 2 and taking us to Game 3. For those of you that are tuning in on the stream, it's a pleasure to have you here watching this matchup. Aggressive 5 are one of India's better teams, I have to assume. They have been playing some really good Dota of late, and they're also possibly the favourites to win this tournament altogether. If you guys have enjoyed, of course, do hit the subscribe button on the Cobx Gaming YouTube channel. We will be coming back with Game 2 shortly, and do let your friends know that the stream is live. Indian Dota could definitely use your support. And if nothing else, there is a giveaway happening on the stream as well. So sometime between the next game, or if there's a Game 3 within Game 3, there will be a random giveaway happening. One random active chatter will be picked on YouTube chat to win something from Cobx. So thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate your support. I'm CloudX. With me was Vivek. We'll be coming back shortly.
Although it feels like heaven, I can't wait forever. Old habits are hard to break. I'm losing faith. Maybe we're better off this way, but I'm still all I was.
Close your eyes and just stay tight. We have to go. Stay with me while we leave. Don't worry, just believe me. This journey will relieve us. Stay with me while we leave. Stay with me. It wouldn't be right to say anyways from a place where we made with salt and blaze.
As I wake up every morning, I wish the day would end. Because a day without you in my life, I don't know how to mend. And I was like, oh, 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 oh. You were like, no, oh, no, oh. I was like, oh, 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 oh. You were like, no, oh, no, oh. Come on, let's rewind till I smile. That look upon your face. My heart is empty and unguided. A blind leading chase. I thought I had a plan with you and me. Was a villain of my own dream, breaking me down to my knees. I look right at the mirror, wondering if I'll be okay. My head is telling me nothing, it's got nothing left to say. And I was like, oh, 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 oh. You were like, no, oh, no, oh. I was like, oh, 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 oh. You were like, no, oh, no, oh. Come on, let's rewind till I smile. That look upon your face. My heart is empty and undone. guided, a blind leading chase. Thought I had a plan with you and me. Was the villain of my own dream, breaking me down to my knees. am left alone with a trace of the night on the way back down from the sky where you left my soul. Can you help me fly? I can't resist, 'cause you have got a hold on me. And all these thoughts, when you are here, you light up the dark sides. To live in the night shine. You take my life and light every side. You fade the dark inside. The living night shines.
Hello folks and welcome back to the Cobx Indian Esports Championship. My name is Vivek and joining me here in the studio is Cloudx, who's also looking after the giveaway. We've already got giveaway winner number 1, but if we do happen to cross 100 viewers on stream today, there is a chance of another giveaway. So more prizes to be won. It reminds me a little bit of birthdays in my childhood where I wouldn't show up if there was no return gift. So you're basically getting a return gift for just tuning in for some really good Dota.
Really? Were you one of those scumbag kids that never showed up unless you were guaranteed a return gift?
I actually didn't show up if I wasn't given food more than once. I was more about the food. I was not a return gift kid.
In Vivek's words, if 100 of you show up to the Cobx party today, you get another return gift.
Yeah, you get another return
One
gift.
person gets a return gift in this case.
Yeah.
But yeah, do help us out, guys. In all seriousness, Indian Dota does need your support. I, for one, am of the opinion that we could be making a lot more noise on social media than we already are, guys. So do help us out, spread the word, and let folks know that Aggressive 5 is facing off versus Baap Marega in Game 2.
Mm-hmm.
Aggressive 5 on the Radiant, they've opted to ban out the Treant and the Abaddon as their first two bans, while Baap Marega have banned that Sand King and the Huskard.
Yeah, not sure what the plan is with the Sand King and the Huskar ban. I mean, we do not want to get Huskar. Sand King was or is a decent offlaner. But yeah, Baap Marega, they open strong, they pick up the Legion Commander. And what would be a good second pick here? Could do Monkey King.
Yeah, lots of options there for the second pick. Monkey King, Earth Spirit, Ricky Maru, all very viable options. A5 opens with the Warlock though. Warlock wasn't banned in the previous game, but
It was.
As the first phase?
Yeah, Baap Marega banned out the Warlock.
Okay, so it's an A5 favorite apparently, and they'll go into an immediate second pick with the Magnus.
Yeah.
Baap Marega picks up the Tusk, but again, even though A5 picked it in the previous game, I'm not a big fan of the Tusk unless you're actually facing off versus a Monkey King. I think a hero like the Earth Spirit always adds more value than the Tusk. Another potential reason to pick up the Tusk without a Monkey King is if there's a Life Sealer opposite you.
Mm-hmm.
Just the ability to slow down some of his time, shave off some of the seconds on that rage with the Walrus Punch that does go through magic immunity.
10 seconds remaining.
But A5, very teamfight heavy lineup coming out from them with the first two picks. Now they could pick up an Ogre as their roaming support and then supplement it with a Phantom Assassin as their core. We've seen it work in the past, but a Juggernaut is as viable an option as well.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Phantom Assassin as a core because you're going up against a Legion Commander, and Legion Commander is one of those offlaners who's great at contesting the safe lane just by himself. and now he's got a Tusk helping him out as well. So I would ideally like a core that is a lot more sustainable in lane. So Juggernaut being the preferred choice for me as a pickup for aggressive 5. Next pick for Baap Marega. They banned out Lina and Zeus.
Worried about Wolf playing something devastating on the middle lane. The Zeus ban, I'm confused as hell about. The Lina ban, not so confused.
So, I mean, I was telling you this in game 1, but Zeus is also one of the heroes who has an extremely high win rate in pubs of 59%. Just putting it out there.
Yeah, but
I'm not saying that's why you're banning
you
him.
know why? That's probably because Zeus has suddenly been picked a lot more, right? Given that you had to finish the final quest with Zeus to win one of those... I don't know if it was an immortal, but to win one of those cosmetics with the Cave Major Battle Pass. That's probably why people went full try hard with the Zeus. But they've gone for the Crystal Maiden as their safe lane support. Well, A5 without hesitation again, picking up that Riki. Riki is really one of the best ways to deal with both the LC and the Crystal Maiden.
Yeah, aggressive 5. They do have something different planned. They pick up the Riki. This could have possibly been the phase where you wanted to pick up the Juggernaut, considering he didn't get banned out by Baap Marega. And now Baap Marega can pick up the Juggernaut if they want to themselves.
Yeah.
Crystal Maiden, I like the aura. It's going to help out LC in lane a fair amount. But she's definitely one of those squishy supports that Riki will be on the hunt for. Baap Marega, they're missing a position 1 and a position 2. And they're going to snag the Juggernaut. Aggressive 5, what is it that they want to... pair up with this Magnus?
They do have a lot of options, to be honest. Phantom Assassin, Juggernaut, still very viable options. You want to go back for something... Oh, never mind, not the Juggernaut. Phantom Assassin is a very viable option. You want to go something completely Davai, you go for the Sven. Another melee core that could work is the Anti-Mage if they want to play split push Dota. So they do have a fair bit of choices here on the side of aggressive 5, but my mind is leading towards the Phantom Assassin this game.
The problem is a lane consisting of the Phantom Assassin and the Warlock. Is that really enough to deal versus a Legion Commander who's going to have the Crystal Maiden aura supplementing her?
Fourth pick, aggressive 5. Looking at either a mid. I'm assuming this is an offlane Magnus, in which case looking for their mid. Last game we did see them running Templar Assassin for Negi. This game are we looking at an Invoker, given that he's still in the pool? Do you really want to run an Invoker without having a straight stun in your roaming support? I mean, I get that Invoker's multi-purpose, right? He does work out well. Oh, okay then, they're gonna go with a Meepo. Aggressive 5 going to put on some flashy plays here in game 2. They have a game in hand. They are in the upper bracket, so now is as good a time as ever to take risks.
Who's the Meepo player? Negi?
I think Negi plays Meepo, yeah.
Dire team back. Dire team.
They banned out the Tinker. Is Tinker really that big a threat to that Meepo at the middle lane? Is this even a mid Meepo for that matter? Or are we just going to see it as a safe lane Meepo?
Last pick for aggressive. I'm looking for a core.
5 seconds remaining.
I'm basically guessing they're looking for a paddling hero here. So, Slugs in the pool. What else? Sven? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if this is a mid Meepo, then yeah, PA, Sven both make sense. You run the PA as your fighting style PA with the phase boot, Vlads, etc. Instead of hunkering down and going for Desolator and those that sort of build. Okay, they'll go with the Weaver. So we're looking at what, a safe lane Weaver? Never mind, an off lane Weaver, a mid Magnus, and a safe lane Meepo. I think that's the build that's the lineup that they're going with here.
One second, could you repeat that again?
Yeah, okay, so
mid
off-lane
Magnus,
Weaver, mid Magnus, and safe lane Meepo.
No, I think it's mid Meepo, safe lane Weaver, off lane Magnus, but we'll find out.
Yeah, both very viable to be honest.
I mean, Negi is the Meepo player.
Last pick, the only way to really deal with the Meepo that they have right now is that Axe.
So it's a mid Legion?
It looks to be a
Yeah.
mid-legion, yeah.
Nana Patekar is the safe laner.
Yeah, and Vijay Dinanath was the invoker, so it's a mid-legion, and if it's a mid-legion versus Meepo, it works well. And given that Negi has picked up the Meepo, it does look like a mid-Meepo versus Legion matchup. Who knows? This is I don't think I've ever seen this matchup myself before, but in theory, I do believe that with more targets to clip with the overwhelming odds, Legion should have the slight edge. And Legion's one of those that can trade hits with the Meepo as well, given the moment of courage. Alright, predictions. Do you think A5 has really overstepped their boundaries here?
Yeah, both teams really pushing their luck in terms of the draft, and my bet is on Baap Marega to take this game. I think they have the better draft. But it's also a 4 melee lineup coming out from Baap Marega, so there is definitely chances of Magnus landing a good RP. It's all going to boil down to the laning phase. I mean, is Legion really going to be punishing that Meepo so hard? Does Meepo get the start he's looking for?
Yeah, lots of variables here, to be honest, that could skew the game in either team's favor. I don't think either side has, a commandingly better draft, but I do see a way in which either side could run away with the game with minor tweaks in the laning phase. For example, if Legion starts to get some early dual damage, the snowball is going to be way too much for them to deal with. It's not like they don't have lockdown to deal with that Weaver. They've got the Frostbite, they've got the Tusk, and they've got the Axe, which ignores the Lincoln Sphere with his Berserker's Call. They've also got enough physical damage between the LC and the Juggernaut, so they shouldn't be too worried about late game scalability on the side of Baap Marega. But on the other side, as I say that, it's a very similar situation, right? They've got great lockdown with the RP and the Chaotic offering. That's also some really good team fight. They've got mobility with the Ricky and the Weaver. And of course Meepo, a hero that snowballs harder than any other in the entire game of Dota if you give him a good start.
Any sentries, detection, yeah, Tusk is holding on to them.
But after a certain point, I don't think the Axe is really enough to stop that Meepo. I mean, sure, it's pure damage and all that, but Meepo does stack up on the HP with Dragon Lances. And HP is really the best way to deal with pure damage. So the later this game goes, the more HP Meepo is going to have, thereby having more effective HP to deal with that Axe and his pure damage. Pinkman's walking on thin ice here. Does Crystal Maiden have a Sentry Ward?
No, Tusk does.
Alright. He's actually got Dust and Sentry Ward, so he's prepared.
Yeah, looks like we have some aggressive movements coming out from Nana Patekar fanboy. He goes to the tier 2, pops the Blade Fury.
What is he doing? Oh man, I have no clue what he was thinking doing all the way out here. Okay then.
That's not your shrine.
Casual first blood. How much movement speed does the Magnus have? 315, and Juggernaut's got 300, so that's a dead Juggernaut. Nothing he can do to
Should
survive
be a
this.
dead Juggernaut.
Yeah, he absolutely cannot survive this. This is first blood. Barasai just simply walk into him and give him a hit. Does Nana Patekar have a PMS? Nope. Ah, he has a salve. Okay.
Yeah.
Missed that. Even then, they've made him pop his salve right from the get-go. This is not a good place for Nana Patekar to be in.
So it's an Axe who's coming out to the mid lane. They switch things up again. Axe, I think Meepo can kill him.
Oh, hell no. This is such a terrible lane for the
I
Meepo.
mean, not early on, but if Meepo gets levels.
No man. I
Even
mean,
then?
Axe is great versus the Meepo in the early to mid game. In the late game is when he starts falling off versus the Meepo. So this is the absolute right move coming out from Baap Marega. And they're gonna get first blood by the looks of it.
Yeah,
Barasai.
Frostbite on Barasai. He's got the skewer coming off cooldown. MMR booster is hanging around. He's pretty much blocked him off. Gets pushed back with the skewer. Barasai trading hits with Tusk there. Crystal Maiden is hanging around. No mana for the Frostbite. Pinkman rotates as well on the Rikimaru. Not going to accomplish too much. Just got Cloak and Dagger leveled up. Sentries being dropped both in vision of each other. Who's gonna get the D ward off first? It looks like Pinkman and Barasai will. CS across the board. Axe. Where is Axe? Oh yeah, there he is. He's keeping up with the Meepo. almost keeping up with the Meepo, more or less. They're going toe-to-toe in the mid lane, and Legion's not doing too bad as well. Especially when you compare it to the Magnus. However, Batusai does have 2 denies to his name.
What are your thoughts on Negi switching up the lanes?
Apologies, folks. It looks like I missed first blood. It was a solo kill coming out from the Legion commander on the Weaver.
This is dangerous, man. Aggressive 5 had such a convincing victory in game 1, and now they're just toying with their opponents, hoping to make,
A cheese strat work.
I mean, they're hoping to satisfy their fans. That's the only real reason why they could have picked up such a wacky lineup, right?
Okay, here comes the dust from the Tusk. Aishat's coming off cooldown. Pinkman can run to the shrine and might just make it out of here. He hasn't got the Orb of Venom or anything just yet on the Tusk, but he is giving chase, and the dust wears off. Aishat's a throw, but it's not going to amount to much. Yeah, sorry, you were saying what were my thoughts on?
What are your thoughts on them switching up the lanes here with Axe, really contesting that middle lane for Negi? How about they switch it up, send Negi towards the top lane, maybe put the Weaver at mid, keep your distance from the Axe.
Yeah, that wouldn't
Maybe
be
even
too
just send the
bad.
Magnus mid, but then you don't want an off lane
Meepo.
Meepo.
They do run a sort of offensive dual lane, so they could put Weaver along. I mean, there isn't too much coming out in the form of the Warlock, but they could do Weaver, Warlock, Ricky in the off lane. That is one possible way of laning. I mean, Negi, you said it's a hard matchup, but he's getting the CS, so he has played a lot of Meepo in pubs and certainly knows what it's all about. The scan does come out from the Radiant. It does clip the Ricky, but looks like they're not giving chase. They did have detection on the Tusk, but he's fine. Mid lane, Negi keeping up in terms of CS. Him and the Axe are going almost toe to toe there. Axe sitting at 1900, a good 200 ahead of Negi, but Negi is always going to be farming faster and quicker than the Axe. Top lane, it looks like Paddling is trading hits with the Legion commander, and Legion, well, both Legion and Magnus are doing fairly well in their respective off lanes. The problem here, in my opinion, for Aggressive 5 is this Ricky, who hasn't made a rotation that's had any impact just yet. Walks to the top lane, TPs to the top lane, in fact, under the effect of dust, but he's fine. Rather quiet early game coming out from both teams. Surprising when you've got a Ricky on your side. Negi uses the Earthbinds, does a couple of poofs with the 2 Meepos that he has at his disposal, but it's really not enough to bring down the Axe, who also has the extra armor kicking in when he uses the call. But in terms of net worth, it looks like the Radiant are pulling ahead by a small margin of just 600. Not really too much though, but Crystal Maiden with an Invis rune, it looks like the range creep was pulled in her direction, so she did walk under the tower for a moment. And yeah, fail gang coming out from the Crystal Maiden.
Yeah, alright, sorry, I had to actually step away from there for a moment, but yeah, it doesn't look like it missed too much. It's just 1-0, 5 minutes in. Axe is having a ball of a time apparently in the middle lane with 2,300 net worth. What's his CS looking like? Casual 30.
Yeah, but Negi's keeping up with him, so it's going to boil down to what item the Axe picks up and what he does with it.
Neji's only keeping up with him because he's retreated into the jungle for the most part. Pinkman is okay with that. He gets EXP, he's fine. But I mean, I guess that's the benefit of having a Meepo, right? You can just ditch him into the jungle and let someone else take the EXP at mid. Pinkman is probably the wrong one to claim that EXP, but Flair is definitely the right person. But that now leaves the top lane exposed, where Legion already got a kill for himself.
Yeah, and it looks like MMR Booster on the Tusk is trying to set up another kill for the Legion Commander. Legion Commander, she's moved into the jungle, is looking for that early level 6. And hopefully wants to get as many duels off before Weaver picks up the Lincolns. There is a lot that Baap Marega can do to punish this static laning phase coming out from Aggressive Vibe. In fact, MMR Boost are absolutely confident that there's no lockdown on the side of Aggressive Vibe, just TPs in front of a Ricky and a Weaver. I really think that Aggressive Vibe are pushing the limits here with this draft. I think it's all going to backfire horribly for them.
I'd love to see that happen, man. Game 3.
Game 3, more Dota for us.
Anyway, you've got the rotation coming in. CM starts off with the frostbite. They follow up with that Berserker's call, but the cavalry has arrived. They've got that smoke screen placed down. The fatal bonds are connected on both of them as well, and Neji, unfortunately, can't get in position quickly enough to score any sort of return kill. No real damage done, just rotation forced out from both sides. Neji continues to farm, pushing out the waves. Has he picked up his boots of travels here? Oh no, he's actually got the power trap, and he's going to blink straight off the bat. In fact, he might get a kill here. He's got that snowball to delay this. They've got the Berserker's call coming out as well. Will RNG's bless Vijay Dina Chauhan? Oh, Neji! He actually goofed on the poof there. Neji's making a run for it on one Meeper while the other one is giving chase. Look at him go. He's trying to juke through the trees. Vijay Dina Chauhan is just hoping that he spins quickly enough. Negi, he's missed micro. He's left one Meeper off on the side there. Just third world micro problems coming out from him as Vijay Dinanath Chauhan will survive and run.
Yeah, and in the middle of all of that, Magnus committed a solo RP and brought down the Juggernaut. So both sides losing a core. I think this game is going to boil down to who makes less mistakes. That's about it.
Really, it does seem like that right now. But do you really want to give the Axe such a great start? Pretty much handing him a license to come and destroy the Meepo in the mid-game phase? Surprisingly though, the Axe is going for the hood.
I would have liked Blink Blade Mail.
Yeah, absolutely. He needed to get the Blink Blade Mail ASAP. This hood is probably going to come back to cost him again.
I mean, 8-minute hood, sure, it's not too bad. But if he got a Blink, left the lane, maybe gave Legion some more time in the mid lane, that would be a whole lot more effective in the early game for Baap Marega. Legion still hasn't completed a blink. Axe, he does have a way of reaching in the middle of the fight with the snowball, and maybe it looks like they're going to do just that in the mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, it is a pretty lethal combination, right? Axe getting snowballed in for the Berserker's call. Will pitch along the right. Either two has been wrong here. Pinkman comes down, drops the smoke screen, but it's a tad bit too late. He's even been dusted up himself, so he's got to be careful. Flare, he's got a 3-man fatal bond connected, so are they going to try and make something with this? Apparently not. They will continue to give Vijay Dinanath Chauhan the money. And I mean, if he gets a blink dagger within 12 to 15 minutes after a hood, that hood has really not set him back at all.
It's possible, and what's a cause of concern is if Baap Marega just group up, they are a whole lot stronger right now. With the hood, I mean, Axe can just frontline. And where's the team fight coming out from Aggressive 5? You'll be forced to actually end up bringing the Meepo into team fights. And he's not going to do too much. Warlock still doesn't have the drop at his disposal. Is getting there, but it's going to be a while before he gets it. And
I think one of the problems of...
Look at this. Vijay Dinanath Chauhan moves into the jungle. Pushes Meepo out of there.
There's no tier 1 either, so good luck finding any sort of help. He has to TP out and poof out again. Had he got a blink dagger there, he would have scored that kill without a doubt. But here's the thing, right? When you're running a Meepo, while your net worth is inflated because you're farming faster than everyone, you're not really bringing too much firepower until you actually get an Aghanim's and maybe a couple of Dragon Lances, or even just one Dragon Lance, right? Up until then, you're basically feed. And you're feed with a lot of net worth on your head as well.
Yeah, Vijay Dinanath Chauhan picks up the Rikimaru. It looks like they're looking for more. They've caught Flare. Flare doesn't have the drop yet. In fact, all his spells are on cooldown. This could be a duel. It will be. It's an easy kill for Nana Patekar fanboy. And a quick dual damage, quick 10 dual damage to the Legion Commander.
Wow,
this
man.
Riki hasn't had any impact in the early game, and the early game and the laning phase is already crumbling for Aggressive 5. They're hoping that, I don't know, Negi does something crazy and wins the game for them, but...
Baap Marega feels insulted right now. How dare you pick cheese stats against us? Do you think we're such pushovers, huh? And they've come back with such a vengeance. They're just moving as 5, and it's the Axe that's taken it upon himself to destroy them. And he's doing this without a blink, so he's really just relying on the Tusk to take him along with him. drop the chaotic offering here on the Juggernaut, and they do have the blade tree though to shrug off the fatal bonds. Is he actually going to survive this? Apparently he is. So they blew the drop, they didn't score a kill, and now Flair looks like he's going to end up going down because he's blocked on the wrong side of the ice shots. Slow streak plays down, chaotic offering does some damage, but yeah, this is going to be a snowball into a berserker's fall, into a kill. Again, they end up goofing this up so badly. Aggressive 5 are paying for their sins. And all the while, you've even got a kill up on the top lane, where the LC killed off the Weaver. I think he picked up another duel victory. Can you have a look at him? Yep, that's another duel victory picked up by him. What have you done, Aggressive 5? Really? This is unprofessionalism at its finest. You're not that good. You're good, but you're not that good. That's the message they should be taking.
Or rather, Baap Marega is not that bad. They are a really, really good team. They're no pushovers.
I mean, in game 1, we said it, right? We do expect them to have the capability to take a game off of Aggressive 5.
Looks like we're going to a game 3 and...
I think it's too soon, man. We're 11 minutes in. And we're yet to see those big RPs, into turn around fights.
Yeah, Batusai has had some success. I mean, he's been the most stable player for a squad. Did take down the safe lane tower, has almost completed his RP. So it might be too soon to say that Aggressive is out of this game just yet. But this casual disrespect coming up from the draft could be punished. I mean, Axe, it looks like he's skipping the blink altogether. He's very confident of getting into fights with the snowball.
This is a bad idea.
He's going for the early blade mail.
This is a bad idea. You need that blink dagger, man. You can't always rely on the tusk to take you in.
And Legion's going for the Solar Crest. No blink.
No blink at all. Come on, guys. Don't throw it all away like this. Magnus, on the other hand, he's at 4.9k net worth, and I'm fairly certain he's almost got his blink. He actually went for a headdress first for the extra regen, but he's switching gears and going back for the dagger. Once they've got that dagger, if they snowball in onto, let's say, the Warlock or even the Meeper for that matter, it's either the Warlock or the Magnus that can jump in with a counter initiation now. And that's going to cause all sorts of problems for, for Baap Marega, just because they didn't have a blink to start off quick fights and get quick pickoffs. They can change gears though. That's what pauses help you do, right? You end up hitting the reset button, you end up, really thinking it through. You get time to reevaluate some of your decisions in these long pauses. Wonder what the issue is though.
Yeah, Parcel's disconnected. 7 minutes.
Yeah, 7 minutes is the pause time. So if the time runs out, it's a forced resume unless the opponents want to use some of their pause time. Apparently A5 has a boot camp, it seems, but they're not playing from it, is what they're saying. Anyway, Warlock is back. Fortunately enough, we should have a 5-on-5 game on our hands. No shenanigans here with DCs. But what do you think the comeback mechanism is here for Aggressive 5?
Aggressive 5? They just play off the back of... they wait for Magnus to get his blink and hope he lands some good RPs. Paddling is not at the greatest start in terms of farm. He's died twice to the Legion Commander, which is rather unusual for him. He's actually sitting behind the Juggernaut, who's actually given up on the lane altogether and is just moving around with his team.
Mm-hmm.
So this could be a cause of concern here for Aggressive 5. I mean,
this is a game where they're gonna have to change their name to Defensive 5, man.
Defensive 5.
You don't want to be aggressive up against an Axe who's got a blade mail and a hood as his first 2 items, and a Weaver, an LC that's actually picked up 30 bonus dual damage in just the first 11 minutes of the game.
It'd be a huge upset if Aggressive 5 were kicked to the lower bracket. I mean, it's too soon to say, but it would definitely be the biggest upset of the tournament. I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah, I would agree with you. But it would also be a ray of shining hope for Indian Dota, right? Because then it means that...
Yeah, then it means that a team with Government Lady as their team logo can come in and win a tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, win a tournament is a bit of a stretch because there are some really tough competitors
kick Aggressive
ahead
5
as well.
down.
You've got Go Figure, which is another team that's shown a lot of promise.
Archmage and his boys.
Yeah, in fact, I believe that match is tomorrow. Go Figure versus JMD Gaming.
JMD. 5th pick Bloodseeker. Wonder what success they're gonna have with it tomorrow.
I want to see some more shenanigans from them though. The difference between JMD and Aggressive 5 though is that they actually make their shenanigans work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Aggressive 5 are just getting slammed here in the early game. But, I think the net worth graph might disagree with me. Because, they actually still have a minor lead. But you gotta remember, it's because Meepo farms faster than the rest. And, well, these rotations have allowed the Magnus to get that blink. So, more than the Meepo, I would say a lot relies on the Magnus to pull this game back.
You play a fair bit of Meepo. He's queued up the blink dagger.
Yeah, I spoke about this at the start as well. I can't say I agree with it. I would have preferred to see him build up as tanky as he possibly can. Going for the blink this early is just for style points, really. It's not like you're going to be able to dodge and disjoint snowball initiations or blink initiations anyway. Because you escape with one Meepo and then you got a channel time on Poof to help get your other buddies out there. So blink it's not a good defensive item, it is purely an offensive item, and in this game the only one that he can get aggressive on is the Crystal Maiden, I have to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 more minute to go before Aggressive 5 gets a force resume apparently. The admins are being strict about the pause rules. Of course, everybody's on a schedule, so... Unless, of course, the Radiant are feeling generous and want to use some of their pause time. Which I doubt they'll want to do.
No. We do not even wait for others in pubs. Why are we going to wait for them in tournaments?
Easy money.
G. Okay, so it seems that after 1 minute we are free to resume.
Oh man, they are ready. They want this win. They smell it in the water. They smell blood in the water and they want it.
Okay, so aggressive 5 are now aggressive 4. And if they come back from this, it's going to be a huge upset for Baap Marega. No blink though is something that I'm still questioning. I think Axe needs a blink. The Blade Mail quick buy is all wrong. Like him to pick up his blink first. Hopefully. Because Magnus has his. Are they microing the Warlock though, is the question. Can Negi do that? 3 Meepos and 1 Warlock. You just got to hit the R button.
Yeah, if it were only that easy, then why do you even need a team of 5? Just play Dota with 1 person and 5 PCs, right?
Okay, we've got a disconnect coming out from the Juggernaut, and it looks like we're going to eat through some of our pause time here.
4-on-4 Dota, man. Keep going.
Yeah, 4-on-4. This is an odd game coming out from both teams here, Baap Marega and Aggressive 5. They're playing 4-on-4. Not sure what the issue is. Parasai does have the Blink Dagger picked up. Looks like he's going to go into the Midas. He does have a gold talent that does come on at level 15. So he is looking for that early XP to get there. Baap Marega. Tusk is sitting outside the Rosh pit. Axe. Well, he's queued up the blink. He's corrected his oversight with the idea of the blade mail, and he's going for something a whole lot more sensible here in the form of the blink. Legion still going for that solar crest. I don't know, it does help him siege, does help him maybe get pickoffs. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, it is 4-on-4 Dota and both teams are playing rather defensive in the time being.
What the hell is going on in this game?
Juggernaut
man?
is disconnected and they're playing 4-on-4.
Why? You have... this is just ego now. They don't want to pause for their opponents. Ah, there we go. It'll be awesome if they run out of their pause time now. Warlord jumps in and they actually resume.
So it's 10 minutes, right?
It's 10 minutes. 5 minutes. It's 10 minutes of pause time, correct.
Okay.
This is just as clowny as it gets. 9 more minutes, he says. Only in India.
Guys, we have a bit of time on our hands. Now is not a bad time to get some liquid refreshments. Go to the bathroom, do what you need to do, and come back to the game when the players come back, which I really hope they do. It started out as a cheese game, and I wanted to see how this cheese game would end.
Yeah, unfortunately, though, this is a problem that's plaguing Indian online tournaments for a very long time now.
Right. Indian ISPs.
Yeah. I mean, I know that, there's been a lot of success points for Indian esports. One of them being that, we've got a 10 lakh online only tournament happening in India. But I think the next big wow moment for Indian esports would be when an ISP stands up and says, here is a plan for Dota2 players, or here's a plan for Counter-Strike players that want to make careers in esports or want to take esports seriously. We guarantee you won't have terrible ping to Singapore servers.
I hope there's a plan for streamers and casters as well.
Oh, we are the minority, man. I don't think anyone wants to make plans for that. There's the jump in. Who needs wall off, they say, when they've got Ricky and Neji to do this kind of work. They end up getting a kill for themselves. Aggressive 5 are still fighting back.
Yeah.
If they win 4 versus 5, I can only imagine the kind of bad mouthing that's going to happen, and if it gets out of hand, it might actually end up leading to disqualifications on account of bad mannerism. Let's see, man. This is it's a new situation for us to be in as well, so I'm curious to see how this ends.
Yeah, but Vijay Dinana Chauhan, he switched things up. He's got the Blink Dagger, so it's not going to be that easy a game for aggressive 4 anymore. I mean, he's got the Blink, he's got the Hood. He can initiate if needed, and it looks like they've caught someone out of position. It's Badosai who managed to blink even with the Battle Hunger on him. Or I'm not sure what that was. The Battle Hunger was cast on him, and at the very same second, was it ping, was it delay? I'm not sure, he just blinked out.
I think Battle Hunger level 1 doesn't quite meet the requirement for
disabling blink.
Yeah. I may be wrong about this.
Yeah, I think it was just a matter of seconds kind of thing. Anyway, Badosai does have that Blink Dagger complete, and speaking of Blink Daggers, Axe, he's hanging around the mid lane, is looking for the pickoff. It's a Weaver all by himself. Has that Dragon Lance though, so is a little tanky. But not tanky enough. And look, they are microing the Warlock. Who's got boots and a wand. This is one oddball game. This is definitely the strangest game I've casted in an Indian tournament. They're fine just playing with Pasol AFK. I mean, I'm not sure where he's going to get EXP from.
I don't think they're fine. It's just that they don't really have any choice, right? They have to do this. If Pasol's not going to come back, they have no choice. They have to play without him.
Negi links in, hoops, turns around, takes an opening splash. Nana Pareka out of position, no Blade Fury TP out of there. And
small victories coming out here. Now watch for this. They have a drop. They'll drop down the Fatal Bunch. Then they'll jump in. I think Ricky's the one that's actually controlling Flair now. Gonna come in with the snowball. He actually goes down towards the creep wave. Pinkman, can he give chase? Does he have another blink strike?
The thing is, he has backup coming soon. And it's Mr. Dinana Chauhan leading
went for
the
the
charge.
dagger.
Yeah, he went for the dagger. He switched things up. This could be a kill on Pinkman, who's searching for his face boots. Here's the blink, the taunt, it's perfect, it catches too. Is a drop going to come out? Looks like it will. Pinkman will end up falling. Flair, he's disconnected, they don't care, they bring him down anyways.
Casual
they try
AFK
to.
Infernal.
Yeah, casual AFK Golem coming out. Badosai jumps in, the skewer, absolute miss. He's got the shockwave though and will score the kill. So it's a Ricky for a task and an Infernal being committed from aggressive 5.
What the hell is going on in this game, man? I don't even know anymore. Meanwhile, Meepo is just content to keep farming. I wouldn't be surprised if Magnus just goes for the straight up
I think he
DPS
goes,
build.
yeah, he's going to end up building into a DPS build. He's taken the 25 attack speed over the 15% spell amplification, so that should help him deal some physical damage. Pinkman.
There's a snowball. He's actually gone up onto the cliff and he finds Parasite without any mana, but this won't be a kill. Actually, MMR Booster is stuck on the cliff himself.
Vijay Dinatran jumps in, gets the taunt. There's an immediate smoke screen that comes out from the Ricky. The duel is there. Magnus dropping low, might just end up falling. The duel will run out. Batosai will fall either way. It's Legion who scores the kill with the overwhelming odds. And Negi, where's he when you need him?
He's still bottom. He doesn't care. He's just trying to stack up the money. He's actually skipping the Aghanim Scepter. This is not normal, man. It's not normal.
But don't a lot of meepos nowadays go Blink, Dragon Lance more, and then maybe, oh, they know where Pasol is, they've caught him out. No duel this time, just a call, and Legion scores another kill. Negi TPs into 3 heroes from the side of Baap Marega. The freezing fields is there, he's trying to poof his way out of this. 1 score, even 1 kill, and that's a mega kill streak going to Vijay Dina Nachoan.
Damn, son. That is a mega kill, not to mention the top net worth hero on the side of the Dire that ends up dying. So that Meepo's inflated net worth does really hand over a lot of money there to...
Yeah, 400 gold going the way of the Axe. Okay, but Pasol's reconnected. That's the good news for Aggressive 5.
The comeback is real. Now they play 5-on-5 Dota.
I mean, Batosai, he's been rather quiet the entire game. He's got the RP, could set one up if he wanted to. And Juggernaut looks like he's building into the Battle Fury, so he could be punished for his item choice here. Pinkman giving some much needed vision to his team. Batosai pretending as if he doesn't know, farming away quietly. The smoke does break though. They pop the dust, it doesn't clip the Ricky. And that's a gank that's been foiled by Aggressive 5. We've got a pause coming out by Pasol.
You can't do that. You can't do that. You don't have a pause.
No pause left. Who's the one who resumed? It's Negi on the Meepo.
I mean, it's absolutely correct to just resume. He actually doesn't have to pause at all. And if the Radiant side don't want to pause, it's absolutely, it's fine for them to resume.
If I do not have any pauses left.
Ricky? Out in no man's land. Looking for...
okay, just because Boboka builds 3 Ring of Aquilas, you don't have to do the same. I do not even completely agree with that build, but okay. I don't know. That's why he's queued up.
So Neji actually picked up the Aegis for himself while that was happening. So they're still getting these minor victories, and I believe they're still ahead in terms of net worth and EXP, but the game itself tells a different story, right? Because most of that net worth is on that one hero, which is the Meepo. And if he gets disabled by the axe, or you know, if they jump him and blow him up before he can actually do some damage in the fights, it's over. Vijay Dinanath and his boys just steamroll over Aggressive 5 then. But now with Pasol back, Ricky can focus on himself. That Warlock will not be mismicroed anymore, and you've got to watch for the drop. If there was any hero that Aggressive 5 had to sacrifice this game, it would be the Warlock, so that when he comes back, at least he can drop the Chaotic Offering and make plays.
Yeah, Batosai does spot out the axe in the trees. It looks like a duel is on the ground. The smoke screen, RP, it's only on the axe. Pinkman staying alive, but there's a duel going on. It looks like Legion Commander will win it. Nana Parega trying to Blade Fury and TP out of there. Will get out in time. Tusk still hanging around. Ricky did fall in the middle of all that. Axe could reinitiate once more if he wants to, but looks like he's going to back out for now. That was a one-man RP that didn't result in too much. And the Viva time lapses the hell out of there.
So confused.
But look at this. Look at Negi go. He's taken down 2 towers if I'm not mistaken. The snowball is there. Can he micro his way out of this? The Walrus Punch controls the Meepo, brings him down. He's got the Aegis. Do not see how he gets out of this. Legion doesn't have duel for 15 seconds. Maybe, just maybe, Negi scores a kill and gets the hell out of there. Looks like he just end up falling.
But he got the tower. He went back for the tier 3 tower and said, if I'm going to die, I'll go down taking it down with me. But that was so questionable. If Negi decided to join the fight, they had Fatal Bonds on 3 heroes. They whiffed an RP, sure, but with the Fatal Bonds damage and the Meepo coming into the fight, they would have scored the kills, no doubt. But now they're going to lose Pinkman as well. Vijay Dinanath Chauhan just continues to rack up the advantage. He's yet to die a single time this game and is really banging on his chest and leading on the front lines.
Yeah. I mean, you take down the tier 3, it opens up the shrines, maybe Aggressive 5 wait for the next Roshan, and that's when it's group up as 5 times for them.
Okay, we have a look at Flair. What has he picked up after reconnecting to this game? He actually went for the
What
Madness. Yeah, because he was AFK, right? All that money just started adding up and he finally picks up a Midas with it. And now they've got the mechanism to come back into this game as well. So I don't think A5 are in a terrible situation, even though they were 4 versus 5. Even though they're winning the fights, Baap Marega, they're still not able to take the lead. They've taken the lead in EXP, yes, but they've lost the tier 3. The moment they slip up for a moment, Negi TPs into the top lane, ends up taking down the barracks and walks away. But I say that, and yeah, he has actually gone for the BOT in addition to the threads. And once he gets that side of Vice, actually, he's a real force to be reckoned with as well.
Mid lane looks like Baap Marega just prepping up for a push. Where's the axe when you need him? He's actually trying to pick off the Meepo. There is a duel. It should be an easy kill with the dunk.
Big deal there. That is a big deal indeed.
That's a wicked sick axe. I mean, one RP, maybe they score a kill. Look at mid lane. They do manage to pick off the Tusk. A combination of Fatal Bonds as well as the Weaver.
Fight recap quickly before it goes away.
Wow.
That's more than the goal change. Look at the EXP change there. 2,250 EXP changes hands on the back of one Meepo kill.
Mid lane looks like we have another fight breaking out. It's Mr. Vijay Dinana Chauhan who jumps in with the call. Should be an easy kill. The overwhelming odds are there. Pinkman drops the smoke, regrets it probably. Nana Patekar with the Omni Slash, which quickly was out of vision. Dodged actually by Pinkman. The taunt is there, and I think Vijay Dinana Chauhan scores the kill as well as a courier. Good stuff coming out from Baap Marega.
I wonder if A5 has just given up on this game at this point.
But I don't think they should. They still have the net worth advantage. They haven't fought S5 even once. They've got the drop. They do have RP in 83 seconds. Not sure where he used it.
Questionable choice on the Shadow Blade as well, by the way.
On the Magnus?
Yep. They've got sentries in every single team fight. Barasai should have considered doing something. RP's on cooldown. Did he just blow it at the middle lane and not score a kill?
Yeah,
apparently he did.
He did blow it somewhere. Not sure on whom though.
Tusk, what's his items looking like? Okay, not too much. He's going for the blink, so no Solar Crest coming out for him.
Yeah, Legion has picked up a Solar Crest.
Meanwhile, LCE scoring another dual kill, this time on
the Warlock.
Bottom as well. Looks like there's a fight breaking out. Axe is going to jump in on Dina Chauhan, but Negi, he's actually manning up here. No, he's left one Meepo here to fight his way through. What has he done?
Yeah, but it's a huge spree going the way of Weaver. It's a godlike streak. That's nearly 900 gold going in favor of the Weaver. That brings him a lot closer to his next item.
It's still not enough. Negi was definitely out of there if he just micro his meeting properly. I don't know why he just stood around waiting and hitting with the
mid lane, smoke screen, tricks of the trade. They skewer the LC back. He's got the Solar Crest, turns around, drops the overwhelming odds. Moment of courage does kick in, but Flare is there. The drop was absolutely off position, but Barosai scores the kill. Elsewhere, Pinkman giving chase. Nana Patekar pops the Blade Fury, tries to TP out of there. The Crystal Maiden will fall. Juggernaut will get out of there. And slowly but surely, A5 are fighting back into this game.
That was actually not out of position.
Okay, it was on the Juggernaut and the Crystal Maiden. Sorry, I missed that.
So they're fighting back. 3 kills while the Meepo was dead through it all. Weaver's the one that's claiming a lot of money in these skirmishes. Have a look at the Weaver's items. I believe he should be going for the Desert. No, he's gone for the Maelstrom next. He's doing a fair bit of damage, just not nearly enough yet, but with the Empower damage bonus, he's doing quite a bit. And of course, Maelstrom adds a lot of value once you've got the Fatal Bonds connected too. Now you've got a pause coming out from the Radiant, so their clock is ticking down as well. They should have about 8 minutes, I think.
Pass soul. You guys pause, I'm going to disconnect
every opportunity.
as well.
He's going to take every opportunity to go fix his shit and come back. I think he's probably playing on a secondary connection or something.
8 minutes is what the admin says. If it's a game 3 filled with disconnects like this, it's not going to be fun. But yeah, looks like Juggernaut has reconnected quickly back into the game. I still think Aggressify can take this. I mean, they did win this team fight rather convincingly. Weaver is getting fat. And the comeback gold is kicking in. I mean, they scored 2 huge kills.
And now again, Flare is disconnected into the oblivion.
4v5.
4v5 Dota at its finest. And just when he thought they were making a comeback, okay, he's back. So it's 5-on-5 again. Nagy, can we have a look at him up top? What's he gone for next? His scythe. He's actually switching it up. He's going for the Skadi next. He's ditched the scythe and he's just going for the Skadi to get more HP and survivability.
Is that what he needs in this game?
Yeah,
you
I
think
think
that's the right choice?
I would have still liked to see the Aghanims. That extra clone is... Even though the stat share applies regardless of the Aghanims now on Meepo, you still want that extra Meepo. It is a whole fresh hero that's adding a significant amount of damage output. Not to mention the farm potential that comes with having an extra clone. He'd have been a lot further ahead had he just got that Meepo picked up, or the Aghanims had to pick up. And he'd even be more survivable than he just picked up the Dragonlance. Anyway, they are transitioning Ricky into a pseudo core as well, so he's not going for those multiple Aquilas. It looks like he has queued up the diffusal blade on himself. Once they get the diffusal, then you're in trouble on the side of Baap Marega. How's the Juggernaut side of it? Not a Manta. RP will connect, will spare no expense to get this kill. And no amount of Manta styles can help him survive that.
And Nagy's here as well. He's looking for more, but no one from Baap Marega out of position. Baap Marega, they just want to march down the mid lane though. That seems to be the plan for them. Once this Axe picks up his heart, he is going to be an issue for aggressive 5. And with the Solar Crush coming out from the Legion Commander...
There it is, he's actually picked up the heart.
Wow, that's a completed heart on the Axe.
Pings coming out on the Magnus and made Parasite out of position, but he Shadow Blades just in the nick of time. Oh man, that was just too close for comfort.
I think he just kept his finger hovering around his hotkey for the Shadow Blade, waiting for someone to blink in. Good stuff coming out from him. While Nengi, he's taking down shrines.
What is he doing?
What did he do wrong?
He poofed on himself instead of poofing away to the Meepo that was far away. That's some... This kind of play needs to be punished.
Yeah, I mean, don't you normally keep a Meepo out and try
He had
and
the
poof?
Meepo out. He ended up poofing on the Meepos that were in.
Okay.
I don't know how you goof that up when there's no one pressuring you, to be honest. Anyway, Pinkman continues to provide vision. Nana Patekar has been spotted out as well.
Can they kill him though?
He can't kill him by himself.
I mean, it's obviously going to take more to help bring down the Juggernaut, but Batosai, his RP is on cooldown. He's completed the Silver Edge and gone for the Echo Saber.
Yeah, I like the Silver Edge here. It's good versus the Jug
Axe.
versus the Axe and the Legion Commander. You gotta remember that the break debuff applies to all sources of damage, not just physical damage.
Right.
So even if he smacks, let's say, a Crystal Maiden with the Silver Edge and then she starts the freezing field, it does 50% less damage.
Right.
So it's a really good value item to have in this situation. No snowball out in Negi. Does blink back and keeps out as well.
Yeah, just in the nick of time.
He's just baiting them to make wasted rotations here. While the net worth, look at those three. There's Meepo, Magnus and Weaver sitting on top of the net worth board despite playing a 4v5 game. What's the Magnus picked up over and above that Silver Edge? He should have an Echo Saber as well, right?
Yeah, he has the Echo Saber complete.
So even he by himself he's doing a fair bit of damage too.
And Pinkwin's giving his team a lot of valuable intel, and Aggressive 5 are moving beautifully across the map. Negi dots the gank in the bot lane.
Oh, he's actually gone on bottom on the Crystal Maiden.
This should be an easy kill, does score the kill. And backup is arriving. Axe jumps in, he has the call, will get it. 3-4 Meepos out of position. Walrus punch onto one, not sure which one to focus down. But the dunk, it's on the right Meepo. He scores the kill. And
another 500 gold into Dinanath's hands, but Axe can only go so big, right? He's tanky as hell. He's got himself the hood as well as the heart. Can we have a look at the Axe? He's got himself the hood, the heart and the blade. Milan a gem now. Looks like BOT is next on his shopping list. I assume that's the Boots of Travel side is.
So anytime Negi shows in lane, he's going to try and TP, get Negi out of position, maybe bring him down. But yeah, it looks like the plan here for the Dire is to split push as much as possible.
I can't disagree with that, to be honest. Lincoln's Weaver split pushing, how do you catch him unless you're going to commit with the
I mean,
Berserker's call.
the LC has Solar Crest.
Solar Crest doesn't trigger the Lincolns though.
It doesn't trigger Roshan's Lincoln, but does it trigger a player's Lincoln?
No, not that I know of.
Okay.
Pretty certain it doesn't.
Well, it looks like the LC
You know,
is...
maybe someone from chat could clarify that for us, if Solar Crest does trigger the Lincoln Sphere or not, but I'm fairly certain it doesn't. Roshan, speaking of, is back, by the way, and Nana Parekar has spotted this out, so I'm going to go to work on him. Not enough damage to beat Spoon. Can we have a look at whether there's going to be a contest from anyone? Doesn't look like it. He's going to continue pushing out the side lanes, giving up Roshan. Probably not even aware that this is happening at this moment.
Yeah, the Dire, they do not have too much vision. Just this one ward near the Radiant Shrine. Sentry in the mid lane, which was probably a D-ward of some other sentry. And it looks like they're giving up Roshan. Paddling did drop a ward here. A sentry, in fact, but no clue what's going on.
Yeah, he dropped his carriage as well, right? So they
Okay.
knew that Roshan was happening. Negi's taken this opportunity to push out the bottom lane. This is still such a hard game for the Radiant side to push into high ground. They've got to be wary about losing their barracks on the side or trading Raxes when there's a Weaver pushing one side and a Meeper pushing another. And all the while you've got Pinkman providing vision like this. But he has to be careful. There is a gem on the axe, and the moment they see him, they will jump in without hesitation. Axe is unaware that Barusai is here, but that there is a Radiant Observer ward now that should have spotted this.
Yeah. And Paddling keeping the momentum going in the top lane. So they're really pushing the Radiant all across the map. The gem, they did trade it though. I mean, Axe dropped it on the ground, and who's holding on to it now? Looks like the LC will be holding on to the gem. Pinkman sees a Crystal Maiden. He's definitely tempted. Well, he's at least giving a lot of information to Badosai, who's rotating for this Crystal Maiden kill. Badosai with the Shadow Blade, but Tusk, it looks like he has vision. The skewer is there. Badosai is fine for the time being. It's Pinkman out of position. Vijay Dinanachuan, can he get the call off? It will be on the spot. He dunks the Rikimaru, scores a kill. A freezing feels even being committed there.
Again, they're drawing, their markers are let's push mid, but top is being pushed in now. And they've got to be worried about the barracks going, given that there's no tier 3 tower in the top lane.
Weaver trying to skip the creep wave here.
Can we have a look at top? Has he entered the base? Nice.
Not yet. He did have a snowball in the mid lane onto Paddling, but it looks like he's fine. I think the Radiant have had enough. They're like, you can split push how much ever we want. We have Aegis, we have Butterfly. We're just going to march down mid and take down their tower. There's a Yule's now complete on Flare, so that's going to let him survive a little bit longer. Maybe even keep the Legion Commander busy. Smoke screen comes out from the Ricky, but it looks like the tower will just end up falling. Paddling trying to do his best here. The upheaval slowing down the Juggernaut. The Maelstrom procs there as well. A couple of Earthbinds, not really enough. It is holding the Juggernaut in place, but the Solar Crest along with the Butterfly keeps Nana Parekar alive for a good amount of time. Negi is trying to do his best by split pushing the other end of the map. It's an Axe who's left to defend, and he's got BOTs, so he can join his team in the mid lane if needed.
Yeah, value BOTs really. They can't commit an RP on just the Juggernaut. This has to be one of the biggest RPs of Barusai's life. But is he actually going to get an opportunity to do this with sentries all about? Yeah, he's doing some damage. MMR Booster jumps in with the snowball. This could be a kill. There is a jump in from the LC, but he jumps into a silence. The drop is there. It connects on 2. The Fatal Bond's only on 1. MMR Booster gonna get skewered in. RP is there, but again it's only on a Tusk. What have they done? They dropped a Chaotic Offering and an RP only to kill a Tusk.
Yeah, and it looks like they're losing more here. Negi ended up falling, Paddling, he's trying to do his best. The overwhelming odds is there. Press the attack, keeping the Legion Commander alive. Solar Crest on the Weaver. Weaver trying to kite around. It looks like the Golem will end up falling. It's a buyback coming out from Negi.
And Negi actually died on the top lane to the Axe, by the way. So
aggressive 5 in complete disarray here. And Paddling trying to heal up at his shrine. He's steeping this. Okay. He's completed the MKB now, so he can deal with the Juggernaut and all that evasion.
But how do you start a fight anymore? You're going into a Juggernaut with a butterfly and an Aegis. He's just gonna happily take down the barracks. I think aggressive fight have just dug their own graves here. And even if this game wasn't a 4 versus 5, I think this might have happened anyway.
With the draft itself.
Yeah, with the draft itself and the way that Baap guys played this.
Well, they're trying to control Juggernaut with the Earthbinds and bring him down slowly but surely. The Solar Crest is keeping him alive. Pinkman hasn't yet picked up any significant items just yet, but good discipline coming out from the Radiant. They take down the tier 3, they take down the shrines, the racks, and now they're going to move on to take down the shrines. They've still got the aces as well, so they could just rinse and repeat. Nengi is trying to keep the split push going, but every time he tries to split push, it's just him getting caught out by the Axe and him falling. And Axe, he's looking for him once more. Will miss with the call. Nengi, I mean, I do not think he can juke himself out of this. The poof dead just in time. And Tusker narrowly missing with that snowball.
What's Nengi
Legion.
gone for? What is items? Let's just quick item check on all the players once. Skadi almost has a side of Vice, has bought back already, so will consider spending that money. LZ with the BKB, Heart, no real progress apart from Maelstrom now picked up on Vijay Dinanath, so he's just prepping to bring down that Meepo as best as he can. On the other side, you've got that MKB on Jian, so that's going to help his cause a bit versus the Juggernaut. And Barusai, he's actually got something queued up there. What is that? It's a refresher. Okay. What's the point though? He's committing RPs on just a task.
Smoke Screen, Fatal Bonds, they're trying to do their best. Vijay, Dinana, Chuan being slowed in that upheaval, but the return damage with the Blade Mail, it doesn't count for anything. He time lapses it off, and this is what Aggressify needed to get back into the game. They're trying to look for more kills here. Nana Patekar, the duel is there on the Rikimaru. Easy kill. Freezing Fields being committed as well. The drop on the Legion Commander, but it looks like Warlock might just end up falling. Nana Patekar commits the Omni Flash, bounces between fields, but here comes Negi with the side. He's standing stationary. Did forget to micro his hero for a bit, but gets the kill nonetheless on the Legion Commander. They're chasing for more. Negi will have his blink in a short while. Paddling does have the Sukuchi as well to catch up with Nana Patekar, but he's moved in the wrong direction.
Yeah, this is the problem with no boots Weaver. He's 40 minutes in without any sort of boots. His base movement speed is terrible, which means the Jug can continuously outrun him. But that was a fight quite successfully taken by Aggressify.
Yeah. If nothing else, they should attempt to force out buybacks here.
And that was all because of upheaval into Fatal Bonds onto that...
Mostly it's the
Axe.
damage coming out from the Weaver.
Yeah, I mean, there was no way to control him once the Axe was got out there. Tusk should have been nearby to help with the snowball saves. Not sure where he was in that fight. But now there is a refresher, right, on Barusai. Which means that one big wombo combo could essentially mean a little Rax claim back by Aggressify.
Tusk. He's holding on to the gem, so could chase down Batusai if he wants to, but no real follow-up coming up from his team.
Yeah, Baru is still going for the tier 2 by himself, but he knows that it's a bad idea to stick around for much longer. Negi meanwhile, we saw him complete the scythe earlier, but he's been farming pretty hard ever since. He's going for the E-Blade next. Time to get rid of the Power Treads and make the E-Blade. Maybe get rid of the Dragonlance and get an Aghanim Scepter as well next.
Smoked up Axe, once again looking for his best friend in the Meepo. The smoke does break, Negi doesn't... Oh! Good presence of mind coming up from Negi there.
Well, Magnus is coming in, he wants to take a fight here. They can BOT in. That smoke should have broken on the LC. They should know that there's someone invis nearby. They're going chasing Dinanath. And this is 1 RP. Is this such a great idea? He's skewering further towards the Warlock and then they just play it up and fight back. RP number 2 catches a bunch. They've thrown everything here, but they don't have the Inferno. What were they thinking, really? Aggressive fight with some amateur decision making, and clearly they are ready to punish. Baap Marega with a double kill for the LC.
For some reason, Batusai thought that Paddling would end up joining him in that fight, but Paddling, I mean, 2 RPs were expended and Paddling was nowhere nearby. This is a free pass for Baap Marega to just walk down mid and maybe even force the throw near.
That was such a throw, man.
That was a throw. A huge throw. I mean, he should probably just wait for paddling to be nearby, because if paddling was there, they might have had enough damage to bring down Baap Marega.
Yeah, neither paddling nor Neji were there.
Yeah, both of them weren't there. Neji did use the BOTs to get out of there. And it looks like Baap Marega is just going to siege tier 4s now.
Probably gonna end the game right there.
Yes, there is no drop. Here comes the Legion Commander. Duels up paddling. That's a dead paddling. He's got buyback though.
They have to drop here now. They need to make this count. Drop fatal balls. Oh, beautiful fatal ball. He's got a whole bunch there. They've got to be careful about the way they fight this. There are people being channeled as well. They've got the tricks of the trade coming out. RP is not available, but Magnus gets hit with the Omni Slash and an Abyssal Blade. Negi's in the fray, but Nath is there to greet him with a smile and a blade mail. And Yules keeps Negi alive. He's running to the north, while the slows from the Geomagnetic Brick will hold down the axe against all odds. They fought back and brought down 4. And all because of the lever of this game, Pasol on the Warlock.
The lever.
Oh man, my heart is in my mouth right now. Can we have a look at the tier 4s? How much damage have they done to him? Jesus. But they have buybacks on all the cores, so it's
Yeah,
not
and they
that
have
big a deal.
Roshan. This could be Aggressify coming back into the game, or at the very least forcing out buybacks from the Radiant.
Oh, I think Weaver needs to be the one holding this, not the Meepo.
Yeah, I agree with it. I mean, paddling is a real damage dealer here for Aggressify.
Meepo has a buyback available. Paddling does not. They need to give it to the Weaver.
Yeah, it looks like they're doing just that. I mean, I did see paddling.
Yeah, he's dropped the TP and he's gone back in. So.
This is the third Roshan, so there is a little bit of cheese on the ground if anybody
That's for Magnus. I think Magnus needs to be the one holding that. Does he have a slot though? Yeah, he's put it in his stash for now. The Midas, he doesn't need it. Probably just use it one last time and then sell it off.
Yeah, I guess he's going to do that.
On the small. Yeah, I guess it makes sense.
I mean,
because
you get
now
more
don't-
gold, right?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, if EXP was your objective, you use it on the larger creeps. Fair enough.
Right.
So everyone except the Weaver and the Crystal Maiden have buybacks at this point. Juggernaut. We haven't looked at his items after that butterfly. Abyssal Blade, and he's almost got an MKB for himself. Why an MKB? Do they have butterflies on the side of the Radiant? On the Dire? No.
Maybe to hit through smoke screen.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Can Aggressify siege high ground though? That's the real question. It's definitely going to be hard with the threat of an axe jumping in with a blade mail and a blink dagger. Bartosai has to hit some crazy RP for them to end this game.
I have to admit, his RPs, his Magnus has just been very underwhelming this entire game. I mean, he needs to step it up here.
Quite phase of the late game where everybody's probably looking for the next big item, where Aggressify are possibly hoping to find a pick off before they go high ground.
Gaining map control as well slowly, and at this point, one lane of barracks is not such a big deal when you've got cleave damage with the Meepo, or with Magnus rather, and with Mjolnir and the Weaver. He's finished the full Mjolnir, right?
Yeah, he has.
Alright.
Going for the Skadi. I mean, he does need survivability, right? When those duels come in. And I like the Skadi pickup over the heart.
I think he needs the armor this game. I wouldn't be too upset if he went for an assault rest this game. I mean, effective HP is essentially your ability to survive, and in a game where you're facing off versus so much physical DPS.
Well, Pinkman, he's caught out the Crystal Maiden, but Crystal Maiden has a 4-star. Immediate tricks of the trade, so he does dodge the call. Is there a follow-up RP though? Looks like there's not going to be one. A Freezing Fields being forced out here by the Crystal Maiden, and it looks like the Radiant will just disengage. Juggernaut even popping the flutter on his butterfly to get out of there. Pinkman, what's he looking like in terms of items? So he's completed the diffusal. Pick-off potential is there in the Rikimaru, at least on the Crystal Maiden. But look at this. They want paddling. Not going to get it.
How does this game end?
Disconnect.
I'm slowly seeing aggressive 5 coming back into this and, you know, getting closer to sealing the deal. But that's only because their rat potential is a lot stronger. Look at that net worth graph. It's A5 that has the net worth lead. EXP doesn't matter at this point, but it's at the dead even point. But they're playing with a lane of barracks taken out, and the tier 4 was on really low HP the last time we saw it.
Is there any level 25 talent that's huge? Yeah.
Magnus is pretty huge, right? 35-second respawn time.
But at level 25,
It's still a lot. 35
it
seconds
is a lot. It is a lot. What does Weaver get? That explains the no boots.
At level 25.
At level 25.
Really? Can we have a look at Miko's talents? Yeah, that's not at all convincing.
Would you have gone for 3-second food?
Nah, I mean, you probably go for the 400 health, but it's not a very enticing level 25 talent. That said, he is at 3000 HP on his primary Meepo now.
Did Juggernaut go for... Okay, he went for the plus 20 agility.
Have you seen Moonshards consumed just yet?
Is under attack.
Maybe the Juggernaut has consumed one, maybe the LC has. Yeah, no, Juggernaut hasn't consumed any. Neither has the LC. 144 bonus deal damage at this point.
Well, they've got someone out of position. Looks like it's going to be Vijay Tinana Chauhan. Negi meets his old friend the Axe there, who pops the blade mail. This kill could be huge. It looks like they're not going to get it. The drop is there. The 4-star keeps the Axe alive. A whole lot of food damage being done, but it's paddling on the backlines, doing the real work. Pinkpin out of position, dueled up. This should be a kill on the Ricky. A freezing field even being committed. It's a Ricky for the Tusk and a buyback on the Axe. I think Aggressify take this any day. They're trying to retreat and they should be able to get out of there.
They did commit an RP and a drop though, and those are both on cooldown for a while. They can refresh the RP, which is a good thing for Barosai, but they're gonna have to wait for the drop to cool down. What's the Warlock picked up? Has he made any progress towards an Axe? He's actually going for a refresher himself, so he's skipping the Axe altogether, just going for the refresher orb altogether. I'm not sure if this is the best move. A refresher does add, I mean, an Aggron Scepter would add some value, but given that there's so much...
Two golems? Does it? I mean, I think refresher might be the better choice here.
I guess we go for the double stun instead of the 2 golems, right?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Legion on the hunt. Bartosai hiding on the side with the silver edge. I hope he doesn't make another silly play. He's almost out of the position. Both of them lose the silver edges, and now the duel's there. Vijay Dina Chauhan is there with the taunt, with the call, and with the dunk as well. It's an easy kill for him. A quick 510 gold going his way. Bartosai does have buyback, but did he really need to do that?
Did he even need to do that?
Oh, and they've caught Negi. This could be the end for Aggressify. They bring down the Meepo. They're going to force out buybacks at the very least. Paddling, he's doing his best with the Skadi. Elsewhere, Tosh trying to bring down the Warlock. It's one support versus another. Pinkman not even committing. They're just trying to disengage. The snowball is there. They will catch Pasol, and this should be an easy kill. He's kicked up in the air. Actually punched up in the air by MMR Booster. And that's 3 quick kills. If nothing else, it's 3 quick buybacks coming out from Aggressify.
Yeah, all 3 of them do have buybacks available at this point, but this is still an invitation for them to go.
Nana Marega looks like he has his eyes set on the throne. He's just marching down the mid lane. He's completed those BOTs. He's picked up the Skadi as well. While I like what Legion's doing, taking out the remaining tier 2s here on the side of the dial.
Bonus damage, that's huge, man.
Yeah, that's nearly...
Easy damage that he's got his way. This is the problem with facing off against late game heroes like the Legion Commander. You're on a clock. The more you start losing, or the more skirmishes you lose, the harder it gets to win the next one versus an LC. Press the attack on the jug and his ridiculous amount of armor. He's just manning up there and taking down that PH3 with his illusions. 5 for now. We'll walk away. But they've managed to avoid using the buyback on the Meepo at the very least.
Yeah, they're holding on to their buyback. They've lost their tier 3, which doesn't mean too much when you lost tier 3s and racks at mid. This is going into that ultra late game scenario where another mistake by Batusai could cost his team the game.
Yeah, I don't even know why he's holding on to the Midas anymore. Just sell it for that burst of cash. And yeah, he's got the Assault Fearless now. This is a big item that's going to help them this late in the game. Bonus armor, armor reduction, all spells, all auras that really help out with physical DPS towards the end of the game. You're waiting for Roshan. That's probably going to be like Roshan number 5 or something.
Yeah, 4 or 5 or something. What's the net worth? It's not much of a lead. It's pretty much anyone's game for the taking. Batusai. I don't think he realized that the Radiant do have this one Tinker Ward to scout out Batusai. And maybe that's the reason he ended up falling there.
But again, I guess he was just there to try and cut the creep waves and keep momentum going, right? Preventing them from pushing.
Well, it looks like we have a duel on Pasol. It is an easy kill for the Legion Commander.
He's got the Hags as well, by the way.
So never ending duel.
Fight to the death. If they trigger the Lincolns on the Weaver and just duel him, that's it. Could be the game.
It's going to take insane deep fight coming out of aggressive fight to win this. No refresher off just yet on the Warlock. Batusai does have both his RPs.
They don't know that they're in the pit, right? So Batusai can't go out there and push this. The minute Roshan drops, he should go back and get to work. But meanwhile, Juggernaut Illusions chases him off. There is a TP. They are walking back, right? Axe is making his way back towards the bottom lane along with the Juggernaut. So if Batusai sticks around here, he's gonna end up dropping.
I think they know where he is.
No, he's just trying to push up
the way. Okay.
The ward should see him now if his invis time's out. He needs to blink and skewer to get out of this. Uh-oh. Cancel it! Oh, he doesn't see him.
Elsewhere, it looks like we had a fight breaking out. All of a sudden, Negi was on the cliff, did manage to escape. They're looking for more. Pinkman does manage to get out of there. That's the second kill on Pasol's Warlock. The push is incoming. A buyback comes out from Warlock. This is the fight for Baap Marega to win the game. The glyph gets there, and there's a Harpy. He's used the tricks of the trade will whip. A drop on top of that. Maybe another Harpy could follow up. A lot of damage coming out with the overwhelming odds, and it's Nana Panika fanboy who cleans up aggressive 5. 3 quick buybacks though, and Batusai does have RP number 2. Could he get it here? Vijay Tinana Chauhan with the call, controlling the Meepo, paddling, trying to do his best. Here's RP number 2. It's on the Legion Commander, skewers back the Legion Commander along with the Juggernaut, and Legion Commander pops the cheese, turns around, uses the duel, and might just end up losing it. Juggernaut is down, Axe is down as well. The Yules keeps Batusai alive, but not for much longer. It's a monster kill streak that comes to an end, and maybe, just
no
maybe,
buyback on the Axe. That's 100 seconds without the Axe, and it is go time here for aggressive 5. They did lose the buildings, I believe. They did lose their barracks on the top lane.
Yeah, they lost the melee barracks.
But they need to force out a buyback here from the LC and the Juggernaut, and if they can somehow make a dieback happen here on that LC or the Jug, that's their game. But we saw just how difficult it was to bring down an LC. I mean, LC just manned up and started the duel in the face of 2 of their cores and ended up winning that duel even then. Without the Magnus for 43 seconds as well, that means there's no Empower on any of these cores. The bonus damage is not available, and who knows, they might not even get a building off of this.
Thoughts on paddling going back for the Bloodthorn?
Not too shabby actually.
I mean, he's got the MKB. The silence is nice. Okay, Axa did get buyback and ended up buying back.
So they do keep their buildings alive. No barracks lost on the Radiant side just yet. Aggressive 5. Even though their 2 lanes are barracks behind, they're waltzing over the enemy side of the map.
A lot of lines being drawn across the map here. Aggressive 5, it looks like they try to just push out the lanes and regroup and wait for assault number 2 coming out from Baap Marega. RP coming off cooldown, the refresher op still on cooldown for a good bit of time. Wow, that's a Crystal Maiden with an Aghanim Scepter. That's actually quite scary.
LC's got a disarm now available as well. That's how you confirm trigger the Lincoln Spear. And then you duel up the Weaver. So you're guaranteeing yourselves 8 seconds of G1v1 matchup, I mean. It's crazy, man. I don't think I've ever seen an LC this late into the game that's still on the ropes. 296 bonus damage. That is practically a rapier.
Yeah. I remember seeing No Chance go to 500 bonus damage one game.
But this is still not a guaranteed victory after you have a free rapier in your item stack. Negi. Uh-oh. He's gonna get jumped upon here. There is a blink away. He survives. I don't think there's a buyback available, right, on the Meepo? No. If he died there, that was... Look at the LC though, up top. I think he's going to go in on the Ricky. The Silver Edge with the Shadow Blade pop. King's main. Gonna get duel here. Press the attack into duel. Easy great victory. More damage. 40 bonus damage added. 354 damage in his stash. Shrine taken down. Tier 2 taken down. Ricky taken down. I mean, how many more advantages do you actually need to end this game? Weaver says you need a lot more because with that DD rune, she does manage to get some chip damage done at mid. Can we have a look at the mid tier 3? How much work has the Weaver actually done?
Yeah, not too much. Weaver on the hunt looking for the Tusk. They do not have vision. The Skewer will miss. The Swarm will miss as well. Paddling does see the Tusk now, but ends up getting out of there. Now the Radiant have regrouped. They've got...
They've got all the necessary tools to actually make this work now for them.
So this looks like this might just be the final push coming out from the Radiant.
Yeah, I think not too much.
Ricky's holding on to buyback, will respawn shortly.
These graphs don't mean anything anymore.
They don't.
It's the
Nothing means anything. I mean, only the throne matters now. And Nana Patekar, he's just sieging the last outer tower on the side of the Dire.
Arusai wants to jump into the RP, but he's just not getting an opportunity. We're not seeing any observers placed down in the base as well. So A5 has done well to actually de-ward their own base for now. Off-hit damage coming out onto Nana Patekar fanboy. Press the attack, Mantis style. RP, what did you do? He RP'd nobody there. But they're still looking like they're going to get the kill on the Juggernaut. The drop comes out, the fatal bond, and then he just brought down in a matter of seconds. The buyback is there from the Jug, but there's none available for the Miko. The duel is there as well, and Weaver drops. GG should be the call here. There's no way for them to defend this anymore. Aggressive 5. They threw and they threw hard. We're going to a game 3, ladies and gentlemen. I can't believe what just happened here.
I'm stunned.
Well done, Baap Marega. Very well done indeed. They're gonna take this to a game 3 and they still hold on to hope of making it to the winner bracket final.
This is a huge upset. I mean, just yesterday I was talking to a couple of other pros from the Indian Dota scene and they were saying this is aggressive 5's tournament to take. I mean, losing a game isn't the end of the tournament for them. But yeah, I mean, they got punished for picking like how we do in our pubs, and I mean, more than the minus 25, it's having to the possibility of dropping down from the winners bracket to the losers bracket if you lose game 3. That's what's going to hurt you a lot. Yeah,
good stuff coming out though from Baap Marega. I have to say, they found whatever little opportunity that aggressive 5 gave them, and they just squeezed hard. They shot the knife in.
It was the draft, and they got punished for it.
Alright folks, stay with us. We're coming back with game 3 in just a little bit. We'll see you soon.
So I said, no, 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 it was supposed to be my pentakill. Why did you die to me? I killed alone, 1, 2, 3 for champions. I can't believe it's rolling. No, it was supposed to be my pentakill. Why did you die to me? I killed alone, 1, 2, 3 for champions. I can't believe it's rolling.
Wait a minute!
Dire team ban. Radiant.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here for Game 3 of Baap Marega versus Aggressive 5. Game 1 and Game 2, we saw what happened here. Game 1 was wiped by Aggressive 5. Game 2 was actually Baap Marega fighting back with some wacky shenanigans happening. A5 picked up the Meepo, they had a disconnection, all that jazz. But I think it's safe to say that A5 are going to come back here with a vengeance with their most serious draft. I'm Cobx, with me I've got Vivek, we're from AFK Gaming, and I hope you guys have been enjoying the Cobx Indian Esports Championship. Of course, if you have, hit the subscribe button and do spread the word. Baap Marega going with the Warlock and the Tusk here, while A5 instantly pick up the Slaughter and the Disruptor. No Meepos coming out in the first phase.
Yeah, it wasn't a first phase Meepo, but either way, they surely did give enough time for Baap Marega to respond to it. I mean, they picked up the axe, they sent him mid, shut down the Meepo early on, and ganked him time after time. Also, Aggressive 5 in the earlier game, they made a slight mistake. Their safe lane was rather weak, and that let the Legion Commander score 2 quick kills on the Weaver early on. And the Legion Commander just got stronger and stronger from there. I mean, he was sitting with an Aghanim Scepter and around 300 dual victory damage. Casual. Plus, there were also those disconnects that you mentioned. So, Aggressive 5, hopefully, we do not see any disconnects in this game. And hopefully, we have a fair and square game. Because if Aggressive 5 lose this, it will be one of the big upsets of this tournament.
Yeah, but huge props to Baap Marega. We've been talking about how they are the team with the best name in the tournament. And now they're actually proving that they have what it takes to take down one game from what we've considered to be the best team in the tournament. So A5, not as immortal as we thought they were.
Radiant team back.
I think Baap Marega pretty much forcing aggressive 5 to just pick up something like the Magnus again by banning out every other viable offlaner here. Sand King taken away from the pool, Darkseer, Timbersaw, Abaddon, Axe, Legion Commander. It's an offlane heavy ban coming out from both sides.
5 seconds remaining.
Aggressive 5 now. Third pick on the board here, but they've got a fourth ban before they go there. With that Axe ban, are we actually looking at another Meepo pick? I don't think Negi's Meepo was really impressive. I have to be honest. I think it was an average Meepo, maybe even a little below average Meepo.
Yeah, there were moments like you pointed out where he did micro, where Meepos were just standing at the trees, looking at the sky. And yeah, we had a little bit of misplay coming out from Negi in game 2. But hopefully Baap Marega, I mean, even if aggressive I pick up the Meepo, hopefully they can deal with it. Sure, they've got Fatal Bonds. And even the Golem this time at their disposal. Aggressive 5 really pondering what to ban out next. And since so many offlaners are banned, do you think this is one of those games where you just
Team back.
pick a strong dual lane instead?
Radiant team pick.
Viper gets banned out. Okay, so the two offlaners that are in the pool are Nyx and Magnus.
Look, you ban a Viper, you're pretty much telling the other team you're looking to pick up a Templar Assassin.
Yeah, that's what it tells me as well.
If I should just pick it up here.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't see what they're thinking about anymore. Just pick up the Templar Assassin. You've got the Slaughter to synergize with it. Don't hesitate. Pick it up now, or Baap Marega does.
Reserve time.
Or maybe if you're confident about dealing with the Templar Assassin in lane, you let Baap Marega have it and pick something that does deal with the TA in lane.
Like what? A roaming Pudge support? We've seen IG do that.
They do not have the space for it. I mean,
Sure they do. Aggressive 5 has the space for it. Or did you
yeah,
say Baap Marega picks up the TA?
no, I mean, are you reading this as an offlane slaughter? It could be.
Yeah, I mean it could be an offlane Slaughter. But now that you mention it, yeah, position 4 Slaughter is a lot more popular nowadays. I like the offlane Slaughter though. I'm not too sure why he's fallen out of fashion. Huh?
Dire team
Where did that come from?
Huh.
Frozen Sigil, Fatal Bonds, both good at dealing with the Terrorblade, but synergy with the Terrorblade and the Slaughter can never really be ignored. Amp damage with the oodles of physical damage that he brings to the table. But it's too soon. Baap Marega could just easily pick up an OD, they could pick up a Medusa as their core. So many ways to deal with this Terrorblade still in the pool.
reserve time.
I think Aggressive 5 expected Baap Marega to go for the TA and they were confident that if they picked the Terrorblade, they could deal with the TA. Anyway, there's a TA pick that you spoke about.
I still don't see the damage over time though from A5. This has to be an offlane Slaughter and then you gotta pick up a Pudge roaming or something along those lines. A Venomancer it will be. Oh man, we talked about this in the previous game. We weren't sure if that was a troll pick, but they clearly are going with it. Is this a mid Venomancer?
Yeah, I guess it's a mid Venomancer.
But I mean TA can deal with the mid Venomancer.
10
You put
seconds
an extra
remaining.
point into the side blades and you should be able to deal with it.
5 seconds remaining.
It can be hard, but it is possible.
And mid Venomancer is such an easy pick off for the Tusk.
Doesn't Ember do rather well versus the TA in lane?
Yeah, it does. Surprised that they didn't go with the Ember. Maybe they go with that as the last pick, run this as a dual lane then with a Venom and a Slaughter. And then they run an Ember mid. That could work. But Baap Marega goes with the Morphling as their fourth pick.
10 seconds remaining.
Why? Again, what's the thought process behind this Morphling? It's not a core that can deal with the Terrorblade really.
Team back.
Yeah. I'm not sure how Morphling does well versus the Terrorblade. But
There's the OD ban again. What is with these bans? I really can't bring any analysis to the table about these because either I'm completely lost here and I'm really stupid, or these bans and picks are just not making sense right now. Morphling shouldn't have been. I don't see the value add from a Morphling really in the face of a Terrorblade. Maybe you can split push when they come charging down your towers. That's the only real reason I can think of a Morph. But he's squishy. He's got a bit of armor which helps versus the Terrorblade's physical DPS. But it's not a reason to pick him up. The Venomancer pick seems like an extreme countermeasure to the Templar Assassin, but it's one that works, so I can get behind it. But a third pick Terrorblade, no, again, not something I can agree with when the Medusa and the OD were still open. And then Baap Marega goes ahead and bans out the OD. So now what are we to assume that this is a support Venomancer?
Yeah, honestly, even I don't get this draft. I mean, I don't get what's going on at all actually in this this draft and pretty much game 2 of the series as well. I'm not sure what both teams are thinking. But yeah, we're going to see a Batrider pickup.
Radiant
Okay, Batrider is not too shabby. But they do have the Disruptor to deal with that Lasso Kidnap. What? Offlane Doom it is. Barusa is going to be playing the Doom. And that's an offlane Doom versus a Tusk, Morphling and a Warlock. He'll be okay. He'll definitely be okay. It's also some damage over time versus the Templar Assassin. But Lincoln Sphere, Morphling versus Doom. Let's see. It could work. I mean, you have a tanky frontliner, you have initiation. And you've got physical and magic damage. Not to mention tower takedown potential for aggressive 5. I do like it. It's unconventional, but it could be effective. While Baap Marega, again, their lineup isn't terrible. But I just feel like there were a lot of better alternatives there. Because I don't see how they respond to the Terrorblade. Fatal Bonds is one way of dealing with it, but it's not enough.
Yeah, strange draft coming up from both sides. But yeah, game 2 was strange as well. And hopefully Aggressive 5, they do not end up doing something crazy and throwing away this game like they did in game 2. Predictions based on the draft? Quick predictions. Who do you think has this?
Such a tough call, really.
I think Aggressive 5 should have it.
Aggressive 5. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around this. Yeah, I think it will be Aggressive 5. Well, I think the pause clock has started once again. This time it is for Vijay Dinanath Chauhan and his boys. You got to remember, both teams have a maximum of 10 minutes pause time here.
Yeah, but really, I mean, is that the reason Aggressive 5 lost the game earlier? Because
Okay, so
was...
A5 has still no pauses. So the rule is apparently 10 minutes across the series.
Okay.
That's harsh. That is harsh.
No, it's reasonable, I mean.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it needs to be enforced in Indian Dota.
Pinkpin, accept my friend request, please.
Okay. So we're gonna wait here for a maximum of 7 minutes. But never mind, Dinanath is back. Game is underway. Very quickly, let's do the introductions here. On the side of the rating, Flair is going to be handling the Disruptor. Slaughter in the hands of Pinkman. Gian or Paddling is going to be handling the Terrorblade. Venomancer is going to be played by Negi. And Barusai will be on the Doom. So it is a mid Venomancer. Meanwhile, on the other side,
yeah, we've got Vijay Dinanath Chauhan playing the TA. Batrider being played by... I don't know how to read that. Carry mid LSNC playing the Warlock. MMR Booster version 7.0 on the Tusk. And that leaves us with Nana Patekar Fanboy playing the Morphling.
So it looks like Gian walked out deep there and did drop down the Observer ward. Now they're not sure where that Observer has been placed, but okay, never mind. Actually, he didn't drop out an Observer.
It's a Die Observer. He does this, and it's a nice thing that he does. He scouts out where the offlaner is trying to drop his ward, and this time it looks like the Die did get that ward up. Rather deep Observer coming up from the Radiant here. wanting to contest the jungle early on, assuming that they can pressure Batrider out of the lane. Which they should be able to. I mean, Slara
I
disruptor.
mean, they blocked out this camp altogether.
Yeah.
So Batrider he's got to rely on going into the jungle or simply taking bounty runes to survive in the soft lane. They want him to stay in the lane so that they can kill him over and over again. And with the disruptor in their hands, it's a really easy kill, I have to admit. Pinkman has got his boots online as his first item, so no orb of venom coming out. He is looking to get in position and get that crush off to possibly score some kills. But it's a mid Venomancer who's starting with the venomous gale. He put the first point into it already. Strange.
Yeah, I think why not? I mean, throw the Gale, either burn through refraction or just do some good harass on the
Yeah, but
TA.
if you want to burn through refraction, you'd rather get points in the poison sting. Right? But again, poison sting is 6 damage per second at level 1, which, if I'm not mistaken, doesn't quite tick down on refraction. So he's got to get 2 points into poison sting to actually tick it down. Okay, only instances of 5 or more damage will trigger refraction. Venomous poison sting does 6 at level 1. So even level 1 poison sting would have done it.
Either way, he's broken through refraction early. He's
You don't want to do that. You don't want to be trading hits with Templar without the poison sting. Alright, Slaughter is waiting in the vicinity as well.
and we expected Batrider to end up falling, but something went horribly wrong here for aggressive 5.
I'm not sure what happened, but Flare ends up dropping solo to the Batrider. And that's a Batrider with just sticky napalm. It's a level 1 Batrider, so he's had to have done something terribly wrong to have died there. They have a Tusk in the vicinity as well. That's probably one of the reasons why it happened.
Yeah, Baap Marega really on the verge of causing a big upset here. I mean, if Aggressify lose this, if there was a compendium for this tournament, everybody would be cursing themselves right now and cursing Aggressify.
Yeah, but I love a true underdog story. If they do end up taking this game, I'll be surprised, but I wouldn't be too upset about it. Anyway, John has the Metamorphosis available. Pinkman's coming into the last round. They've got the Thunderstrike to tag him. Crush will connect. Gian is going to commit with the Metamorphosis. Looks like he will. Refraction, Metamorphosis, and the damage has begun. But it's not enough. There are boots and a wind lace available. Crush number 2 comes out. Pinkman! Why did he stop? Strange indeed. Strange moves coming out from Aggressive 5. Not the mark of a practice team like we thought they were. Batosai meanwhile, boots and clarity potion upon him. He's just creep pulling here. While at middle lane, Negi's had to use his shrine already. Templa's at 10 and 3, so she really doesn't care that the Venomancer can take down a refraction. I think one of the reasons why it's a hard lane here is because there's no slope ward available for the Venom. It makes the Templar's life significantly easier.
Yeah, winning this game is a big boost of confidence though for Baap Marega. I mean, taking game 2 itself should have boosted their confidence. They're playing a lot more confidently. Vijay Dinana Chauhan forcing out the early shrine in the mid lane already. So, I mean, if anything, it looks like Baap Marega are playing with the mental edge here.
That would have been a kill on the Disruptor if the shards connected. He was in a complete choke point, and they have level 2 sticky napalm and even the Firefly. No boots, nor is there a magic stick available on the Disruptor. He's playing completely sacrificial here, even upgrading the courier as soon as he got the money for it. As for Pinkman, he's ready to go in here. Metamorphosis is still not available, so this is not going to be an easy play by any stretch of the imagination. This Observer Ward has really provided a lot of value for the Dire, I have to say. Top lane, Barusai could be going down here. There's a waveform forward, a few more hits from none of particular, but that's a Scorched Earth already expended by Barusai. No Stout Shield though. He's really playing with fire.
I think he's trying to rush the Iron Talon and just move into the jungle. I guess that's the plan for the Doom. What do you build on the Venomancer? I guess you start with the Dragon Lance.
I think he's done, man. This is his endgame item. Bottle Boots. Now, but this is a good game to be an Aghanim Scepter Venomancer. Morphling, he struggles with that HP pool of his. He will be forced to morph to strength, and when he does that, he's Really not a source of damage for his teammates. Aghanim's Ven is a good idea here. So far so good for the Morphling. He's at 26 CS, has his Bring It Kill almost finished up. Gian, 9 charges on that Terrorblade magic stick. Middle lane, meanwhile, he's got a movement coming in. Negi does get aggressive, but MMR Booster is here. We talked about how the Tusk would make life hell for Negi. He actually walked back into the ice shards. I'm not sure if that was because of the creep pathing that he messed up. But he pops in Arcane Rune and just turns around to get some damage done. Meanwhile, bottom, knowing that the Tusk is not available, they do jump at the Batrider and score the kill, thus leveling it at 1 for 1. With that, it could look to take the tower. I mean, they've also got the siege creep here in the lane, 2 range creeps available as well. And Metamorphosis is expensive. If nothing, they will do some damage on it.
Some early pressure would be nice. It would force Batrider to go into the jungle. And maybe maybe the Radiant start contesting the jungle early on and really force Batrider to not get his Blink Dagger early on. Pathusai, I mean, what's the game plan here? Rush Midas, then what?
Rush Midas and then just come out
in.
of the jungle every time you hit level. Every time your Doom is back online. I think that's the game plan for him. This could be one of those games where he skips the blink and just goes into the run at you sort of Doom.
Vlad's, Mech, I don't know.
Phase, drums, lads, maybe. But Barasai is trapped in here. Turns around with that swing of his sword, but it's not gonna get too much done. I mean, he is chasing on MMR Booster. Pinkman is continuing onwards as well, but there's a massive creep wave at his back that's doing damage along with, well, the upheaval slow. But anyway, Pinkman gets the kill. There was a rotation from Disruptor to make that happen.
Yeah, Tusk saw the Disruptor teeping in, immediately turned back into the Slaughter, and the Crush was there. And along with the Hadouken creep coming out from the Doom, easy kill.
Yeah, you know, Templar is not doing terribly in this lane. She's in a matchup that was meant to destroy her, but she's got a good 29 CS added to her tally. And with that, she's got Bottle as well as the Ring of Killer finished up. Now the stacks on the Ancients. Warlock is prepping them. There is one stack already available. There'll be a second one available now. I don't think A5 has accomplished quite what they set out to do. Meanwhile, Gion's gonna get jumped upon. He's got 4 stacks of the napalm, 5 on him now. The Firefly will burn him down, and with that Tusk rotation, they get the kill. The Crush is there. It's a really good one coming out from Pinkman, but MMR Booster still survives. Batrider is there with the lasso, pulls back the Slaughter. Remember, Slaughter's in sprint now. His stick charges do help him stay alive a little longer, while Bat is still kiting him. Turns around, 4 stacks, and then a hit. And with the ice shots, they get the kill. 2 quick kills coming out on this bottom lane. As Baap Marega are doing a really good job here with his dual lane.
I mean, this is the second game where Paddling ends up dying early on in the laning phase, and as you can see, Nana Parikar is ahead of him by a good 10 CS. So, not the best start you'd be hoping for if you were the Terrorblade. But I like what Negi's doing here. He's pretty much pushed the Templar Assassin out of lane. He's applying pressure early on, and he's trying to take down the tower. Tusk hanging around the mid lane, Warlock there as well. No drops just yet, no Fatal Bonds either, and it should be an easy tower for Negi.
They've got the tower, but now Negi could be in trouble. He turns around with a Venomous Gale. There is an upheaval available here. Okay, he's gonna channel it, but Dinanath actually took a moment to regroup there. They're gonna go in with a snowball. Negi's up on the cliff now. This could be dangerous because there could be TPs coming in. Barosai gets the Doom off onto the TA, who gets a hit from the Poison Sting as well. So much damage over time. A Venomous Gale to slow him down, and then a Crush to catch the Tusk. MMR Booster will drop. Barosai's level 6 rotation is successful, and with that he gets the Midas. They don't have any pauses. They should not be doing this. Very likely that they can just resume on the dire side. Yeah, there's an instant resume coming out from Negi. Alright, Gian. He's going to work on that T1 at bottom. There are movements coming in from the Batrider and the Tusk, but they're quite far off. Pinkman is standing behind him as well. He's finished up his Tranquil Boots. This tower has taken some damage, but won't go down just yet. Nagy's actually switched things up. He's gone up top to give Nana Parekar fanboy a harder time.
Yeah, and who's gonna soak up the EXP in the mid lane then? I mean,
What a pest, man. Look at this. He just goes right-clicking him bit by bit. His perseverance regen is there, sure, but that is a level 2 poison sting. He has a poison nova to work with. Remember, Venomous Gale will connect, and again, that'll mean that Nana Patekar is gonna have to go back. This tower looks like it should go down.
yeah, good stuff coming out from Aggressive by once again pressuring towers across the map and forcing the Dire to react here. All this before Batrider even picks up his Blink Dagger, but Batrider, he's TP'd in anyway, cancels his TP at the very end.
He cancelled it, but meanwhile Templar is actually going to work on the stack, so he's going to get that net worth advantage going away. But as I say that, Venomancer is really far ahead at the moment. The tower gold is also adding to his tally. They get the top tier 1 uncontested. They know that the Batrider wasn't coming into the fray, so they're not too worried about this. Pinkman is just sticking around, hoping to get levels and whatever free little extra farm he can on the bottom lane, given that it's empty. Meanwhile, that's an Invis Doom, but without the Doom available.
Yeah, they won the kill on the Morphling because Morphlings had quite a good start early on.
He won the kill before he gets his Lincolns though.
Yeah, that's what they're hoping for. Infernal Blade, Doom as well, the Kinetic Field is there, Thunder Strike, keeping him in check. Drop a couple of Serpent Wards, actually make that Plague Ward and they score the kill. It's Bartosai who brings down the Morphling. They've got another Metamorphosis and Aggressive 5. It looks like they want to end this game quickly, efficiently and cleanly.
Yeah, this is a whole different Aggressive 5 that we're seeing here. Making use of all the slightest advantages that they get, such as the Invis Doom on that Doom. They score a kill on the 1 position and immediately transition it into a very crucial objective. This opens up the map for ganks inside the Dire jungle. So they've got to be careful now on the side of Baap Marega.
Yeah, this also forces Batrider to focus his attention on getting his blink as soon as possible. So maybe Aggressive I know that Baap Marega are pretty much playing without the Batrider, who's just busy trying to get his blink. And look at that, it looks like they're grouping up for round 2 of another push here coming out from them.
Yeah, considering they have such a massive advantage, they might as well continue getting towers. And with all that tower gold, even the support Slaughter is going to get a really well-timed Blink Dagger for himself. The tower is about to be denied and it doesn't look like they can stop the denial from now. Venomous Gale though, they might get a kill on the Batrider who's been tagged with Thunder Strike. They have the glimpse to pull him back. They slowed him a lot. They pull him further back into a kinetic field. A Venomous Gale, Poison Nova gets committed as well. There's the snowball coming out. The crush into a static storm. The drop comes through and finally the Batrider drops. But here comes the Templar onto Negi. They've got the Fatal Bonds connected as well. Pinkman TP's out in their face. Negi ends up dropping while Barosai goes to work on the Tusk, who's not gonna take down the Infernal Blade, but Negi's Plague Ward does the trick and gets him a double kill. Vijay Dinanath, he's slow as hell with that Poison Sting still working on him. And even in death, Negi proves to be a real nuisance, I have to say.
Yeah, good stuff.
They're still chasing though. Flair's more than likely gonna end up losing his life. He's just buying time, creating space at this moment.
Space created.
Slaughter. What's he doing here? He really should not be committing to these fights. They're gonna go with the snowball, Tusk. Not quite committing. Negi's even coming to the fray. That Venomous Gale connected onto 2. Barosai into the fray and he's gonna have Doom available in 2 seconds. His yummy target is staring him in the face. Morphling, why are you even here, my friend? He's gonna die for that and the crush will come through. Sure, he got denied, but the Templar loses a life in exchange. Terrorblade comes in from the front, focuses on the Warhawk, who drops to the TV while behind they've gone to work on the Tusk. Essentially, it's a full 5-man team wipe. The Batrider died earlier on. Rinse and repeat. Aggressive 5. They'll take kills and they'll take objectives.
Yeah, good stuff coming out from Aggressive 5. I mean, Baap Marega, that, I mean, confidence makes you do really silly things. they got a little too excited after game 2, and I like the idea. I mean, fight them now or wait till Batrider against Blink and then maybe have a repeat of game 1 where they end up losing either way. So the call was to fight, but they got those 2 kills and they should have just backed out. They're not respecting the Doom. It is too early on in the game. Negi respawns in a matter of seconds and just TPs back to the tier 1 and goes to work all over again on the TA and the Morphling.
I like how Arrow just throws out a 7 there. You have 7 minutes of pause time left. So you've got Baap Marega losing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 outer towers. They have just 1 left and they've taken no towers themselves. Because of that, they're about 6,000 net worth behind. The worry factor here is that Terrorblade's picked up the Dragon Lance and is really tanky at this point. More importantly, Venomancer, they've just got no response for him. He's going for a Dragon Lance of his own. So they're just tanking up. Their objective is to tank through everything that Baap Marega throws at them and then roll with the punches, take objectives, take kills. It's working so far.
Yeah, Morphling trying to pick up that Lincoln Spear, but it looks like it's not going to come in time. They are going to lose all outer towers, and the next point of contest for both squads is probably Roshan. Do Baap Marega attempt to contest aggressive 5 in the Rosh pit? And will Batrider get the lasso that he's looking for? Anyway, it looks like he's reconnected and we should find out soon enough. All aggressive 5 are waiting for is their next metamorphosis, and they probably just march down mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, they've blown through just 1 more minute of their pause time with that disconnection. Plus 15 attack speed is the call on his talent here, Terrorblade.
What was the other one?
6 health regen, I think. Nana Partaker just pump faked and forced to use his waveform out of there. He didn't pick up the Lincolns, right? He's picked up the recipe, but he still needs to get that ultimate orb online.
Yeah.
Bonus Devour Gold instead of the health talent. Barossa is being greedy. Well, TA goes for the attack speed on the other side.
Yeah, that's standard, I guess.
Not necessarily. I mean, movement speed does have its own value. But if you go for a blink TA, then yeah, you probably just want to go for the attack speed. But she's going for the Deso. Anyway, Neji, his Dragon Lance is now complete. He has the money for it. They're slowing things down, just waiting for that Metamorphosis to come back online, farming what they can before they go in. They'll have an extra Yasha on Jian before the next fight or the next push commences. But they really shouldn't be waiting too long either. However, the other problem is that the drop is available. And with the drop in the Fatal Bonds, they could do some serious damage here, courtesy Baap Marega. Barosai note, well, he's got his Doom available now, and he's even eaten that Satyr for the Purge skill. This could work beautifully for them if they find out. Oh, they've seen the perfect target. They don't even need a healing for him. You just trickle him down, drop the amp damage to reveal him. He's trying to fight his way through Pink Blade. It's actually really tanky for some reason, but a second crush will secure the kill. No backup arrives, and there's the snowball coming out on the cusp. Looks like he's going to go towards the middle lane, but he dies anyway. Negi's the one to get the kill. So 2 more kills in favor of aggressive fighters. They're now going to take perhaps high ground. They can though, but they're fighting into a blink Batrider. You want to push high ground when Bat's got the blink online.
I mean, Barosai probably tries and keeps Batrider busy.
Oh man, Pinkman's got that covered. Barosai slows him down as well. And with these plague wards, that blink means nothing. Just try and pop. There's the blink available. Firefly is expended. There's the blink onto Jian. There's the glimpse cancelling out the blink. So Jian is alive. The drop is there. They'll try and stun him as long as they can. No Sunder comes out. Poison Nova expended. Static Storm thrown down. Not too many have died, but Barosai is just bullying that Morphling who dooms him and brings him down.
The good thing is if I want to, they could still push with the Venomancer, but they're actually fighting with a number disadvantage here. And Barosai, he's caught out of position. 2-man crush comes out from Pikmin. A flame break pushes back the Doom side trap, slowing him down. Barosai trying to make a run for it, turns around with the Infernal Blade, but will just end up falling. And that's 3 heroes down on the side of the Radiant. They attempted high ground without the Aegis, and they got punished for it. Maybe Just maybe Negi could have dropped another Plague Ward to disrupt Batrider's initiation.
Yeah.
And with the Corrosive Haze, they should have seen him, but it was on the Batrider in that skirmish. Not sure what happened.
Yeah, very strange that Paddling just decided to stand there and take it in the face. Pinkman probably just wants to drop down an amp damage and run away from this. I mean, he can't score this kill, he's got to know that.
No way. He's got the Invis Rune, will follow the TA around for as much time as possible.
There is someone coming in, it's Barusai coming in without a tomb.
He's got the Purge, he's got
Midas,
Rounds as well.
is it?
Steals the net. No, has the Purge on. Corrosive Haze on the TA. He's going to disengage.
Nah. Not too convinced by what A5 has done in the last fight. The graphs have sort of stabilized as well because of the little throw that they did there. And you've got to remember that a lot of the net worth advantage that A5 has is on account of towers being taken down this early.
Right.
So if Baap Marega manages to defend successfully, it's free. There's 3 tier 1 towers or 2 tier 1 towers, but it's just free and up for grabs here. So that money could be reversed. That money disadvantage could be reversed very easily.
Thoughts on the Shadow Blade pickup on Doom?
Not too shabby actually. It's been working so far, and it allows him
I mean,
to go
it's-
solo picking off that Morphling, right? But right now he doesn't have a way to trigger the Lincoln Sphere, so there goes the solo pick-off potential. Anyway, smoke movements coming out, Batrider hunting with the Firefly, unable to find anyone just yet. But is he an illusion of the Tether Blade? We know it's an illusion because the smoke didn't quite break. The stun comes out though, that should be a dead giveaway that this healer is in the vicinity, right? Counter smoke coming out as well. Now Pinkman's going to be the one leading the charge for his team. They're going to be able to dodge this Dire Observer Ward on their way towards the bottom side of the map. So this could be a kill on the Morphling if they can trigger that Lincoln Sphere in time to get the Static Storm off. But he's going to be he's okay. He's gone into the trees and just waiting it out. Let's see the wall off. Oh no! What have you done? He's doomed.
No, the Lincolns
actually-
got
oh,
activated.
no. How did he not do that?
I think he didn't see it elsewhere. There was a Static Storm, Snowball coming out by the Tusk, Thunderstrike on him. He's got someone with him, but it had someone ditched him, and that was the Batrider, leaving the Tusk to die all by himself. A smoke comes out from the Radiant. They score 1 kill on the Tusk, not the pick-off that they were hoping for, but a pick-off nonetheless. They still got their big items. Their Venomous Gale is there, does clip the Morphling, who waveforms out of there. TA did try to blink out, but there's a beautiful glimpse. The Infernal Blade will stop the TP. Here comes the drop. It's on everyone. Bartosai will be forced to back out. Actually, he ends up falling, and Vijay Dinana Chauhan will fall to flare on the Disruptor. Negi dropping low, trying to get out of there, will end up falling to the Morphling. And here comes Paddling with the Metamorphosis, doing his work, bringing down the Morphling. And maybe, just maybe, this could let Aggressify siege high ground.
Yeah, they did not expect a Terrorblade coming in there with the Metamorphosis. That's what really turned the tides in favor of Aggressify. 4 down on their side, on the side of Baap Marega, and they're forced to use the Fortification. That Doom completely whiffing. I have to say, Barusai has been very underwhelming.
Yeah, I don't think they saw the Lincoln's pick up on the Morphling just yet. I don't think they saw it.
They should have.
Anyway, here comes the Batrider. The Sunder is there, the Lasso is there as well. Tasked with the Snowball, holding on to it. Now pops it, moves on to the Terrorblade. But look at his illusions do all the work. Tusk ends up falling. There is a Shadow Word actually on the Terrorblade, and that's a killing spree that comes to an end. And a good 755 gold going the way of the Warlock.
That's his Midas right there, and a little more. A cherry on top as well. But they lost the tier 3. They did lose a major skirmish, but at least they get a Terrorblade kill on the back of it.
I'm not impressed by Aggressify.
Not in the least, I have to admit.
They are very individually skilled players, but they make a lot of careless mistakes. And I remember them being a much better squad earlier on.
I mean, I'm questioning individual skill as well at this point.
You are?
Yeah, in the sense that, sure, mechanically they're really gifted, but their individual decision making is questionable as well. Barusai going for armor next to deal with the Desolator from the Temple Assassin. Kind of surprising that he's chosen not to keep that on him, but he's probably just waiting for the TP to cool down before he swaps it out for the plate mail. He has the Doom online now.
I mean, he can swap it out now itself.
No, but then
Okay.
the cooldown duration increases.
So there was a small change I noticed. I mean, when 7.00 and the backpack was introduced, you could actually... Oh, there's a crush coming out from Pinkpin. I'll have to hold on to that. Bat Rider could initiate with the lasso. He's looking for a better target. Tusk rolls in, gets the hell out of there. Pinkpin drops low and he is forced to back out. Both teams do know that Roshan is on the cards. If the Dire want to contest, they have to pop a smoke and wrap around, because these plague bots keep giving Negi vision and keep disabling blinks. Baap Marega should contest, honestly. I mean, they don't have the drop. What's the cooldown on the drop? Oh, it's up online.
It's up.
Yeah, they should contest. Pop a smoke. Are they grouping up to pop a smoke? Yeah, they popped a smoke. So they are contesting this.
It is go time. They have the Deso and the Blink on the TA now, and they're ready to go. Frozen Sigil should be popped here for the vision, but again, they bailed before the cavalry arrives. Did they use a scan to spot that? Doesn't seem like it. They still have
Not
their
sure.
scan.
General map awareness coming up from aggressive 5.
They're going back in though.
Now they're popped the smoke.
Yeah, Pinkman's gonna lead the charge. He has his 4-star and that Blink Dagger available now. They're back up on the cliff, but at the same time the Dire are gonna take up a cliff position of their own. So they're content at giving up Roshan at this point, but it's such a slow and painful takedown on Rosh, and it's cost them so much in the sense of time. It's cost them a lot of time here. And I mean, Barusa's gonna have to move back and use the shrine again as well. But at least they got the Aegis in the hands of the Terrorblade now. And I believe he does respawn with the Metamorphosis active if he dies during it.
Yeah. This is what aggressive 5 needed to siege high ground. 1 second, they changed that. He doesn't.
Oh, he doesn't, right?
No, he doesn't respawn in Metamorphosis.
Okay. But I mean, who else do you give it to anyway? You don't want to give it to a Venomancer. You might as well just put it in the hands of
Yeah,
the
I mean, Terrorblade is probably the better Aegis carrier here.
Yeah.
I mean, since Batrider is trying to lasso him all the time.
We're not seeing any Lotus orbs coming out. This Doom is actually going for the Shivers instead of the Lotus. I'd like to see the Lotus orb versus that Batrider. Nana Partaker is panicking the moment he sees them. Starts morphing his strength. They get the glimpse off on him as well. They had triggered his Linkins. They're not overcommitting for that kill. He does wait form out. Meanwhile, Pinkman came in from the front lines and got the corrosive haze off on Harry Mid-L Sensi. Autumn. Arusai is chasing Vijay Dinanath, but he does not want to commit the Doom by himself here. Mid's being pushed. They are here to take barracks. Pinkman is on the front, providing as much vision as he can, but he hasn't spotted this Batrider. He's ready. Initiative lasso starts off with a flame break. Drop is there, but that seems preemptive really. That was just for illusions from the Terrorblade. He'll back away and come back once a healer. What was that about?
Yeah, I like the idea. Maybe just hold the push, but it's a drop. It has a huge cooldown. It's one of your biggest teamfight components. You just want to throw it that casually.
Exactly.
It's not an LSA or a Dragon Slave. And yeah, Pinkman wins the crush. The Static Storm thrown on top of the Infernal. What am I seeing? What is this? Anyway, Tusk comes in with a snowball. He thinks about the kill. He walrus punches Fasol instead and they score the kill onto him. Someone's being lassoed. Looks like it's Negi. Negi out of position. Did get the Venomous Gale as well as the Poison Nova off. Elsewhere, Tusk did end up falling. The Golem running away with the Corrosive Haze on top of him. So far, it's a 1-for-1 exchange. A support for a support. Doom is still available. But Doom is busy farming the jungle.
I absolutely no clue what they're doing here. Where was the initiation? A5 chose not to start the fight on their terms. They whiffed on that Static Storm. Jian used the Sunder there, but he didn't get HP. I actually think he lost HP with that Sunder. I'm not sure what happened there. But it's a successful defense coming out from Baap Marega. Their racks still stand. They've taken some damage on the melee barracks, but that's okay because it does regen. And they've managed to shave off some seconds on that drop cooldown. Knowing that the Metamorphosis is on cooldown for another 40, they can rest easy. You got a 4-staff as well on the Batrider, so those lasso initiations are going to be a lot more dangerous going forward.
He lassoed Negi, but nobody was focusing him down.
I don't think you can kill off Negi with just one lasso at this point. I mean, I still don't think you'll blow him up in time. You need to commit more disables like the snowball or maybe even the walrus punch. He's got a lot of HP to work with. He's got a fair bit of armor given that he's an agility hero. But Gian is coming back. They have the Aegis, but they don't have...
Please don't throw this.
Thank God. So we've got Sunder coming on. Long range Sunder actually coming up from Gian. Metamorphosis is back. Manta style is available. The melee barracks will fall. Now Gian has no escape route because he's got the upheaval thrown upon himself. Slowly gonna waltz out of there. Is this an opportunity for him to try and fight back?
This is when Batrider goes in, but it's Tusk is going in. He has got the Terror Blade. There's a stack storm. It does catch the Tusk and the TA. This is huge. This could be what they were looking for. They bring down the Tusk, followed by the TA, and Gian is thinking about tier 4s, but it looks like the call will be bottom tier 3s and Rax first.
Yeah, Shrines first actually. They got a full Skadi finished up on the Terror Blade now as well, so good luck killing him off in the next fight. That was a better execution coming up.
Yeah, that was a much better static storm. Got the Tusk, got the TA, brought them down quickly. Where's Negi going off here? Okay, he's pushing up the top lane.
It is the Aghanim Scepter, by the way, on his Venomancer. So
yeah.
the Poison Nova is going to do cause all sorts of chaos.
This could actually be one of the games where you prioritize farm, on the Warlock and go for something like a Hood, which is exactly what I was saying.
Yeah, he's trying to get a pipe here, but it's still quite a long shot. He's gonna have to get another 1100 gold or so to finish it up. As for the Batrider, he's going for a Shadow Blade now. All sorts of items to get better initiations going his way.
I think BKB maybe.
Yeah, BKB would help. Lincoln's would also not be terrible versus that Disruptor. But yeah, BKB is the choice, I think.
Anyway, it looks like they've got a Negi here. They are starting him down with the same break. He turns around, drops a ward, and a casual zoning Poison Nova committed.
Is Batrider going to die to this? He has the Shadow Word healing.
Can TP? No TP with him. He's got... Okay, Pink Wind coming in with the crush. This should be a kill. One hit is all it takes.
He had the double damage doing. So they committed a Poison Nova. Batrider does have the buyback, so he's okay. Bottom lane, okay, they're not committing to the push while Terrorblade has moved himself up top. They can't pause. They don't have any pauses. Do they not understand the rules?
These are the strangest pauses. I mean, what can you do in 1 sec?
Not a clue, man.
Pink Wind goes in, corrosive haze. 4 stars out of there.
20 seconds. Batrider won't have to use the buyback after all. They do not have an Aegis available this time around. They actually got the Lincolns on the mob, so he is a target for the team now. But with that Metamorphosis and that Skadi, they're just beating through the towers and the barracks next. He is just... They're just melting in his face and there's nothing they're able to do. They'll drop exclusively for the Terrorblade. He does end up dropping after all. The Morphling gets the kill. There's the lasso. Connects on Negi. He's getting pulled back. They've thrown down the Glimpse throwing him further behind. Remember, Negi doesn't have an out. They've got a Doom on the Morphling and he might just end up dropping here. Great crush comes out from the Slaughter. Morphling is surviving through this all. He actually had the Shrine healing up, but the Shrine is worn off. He tried to get to the second Shrine, ended up dying after all. Badasai with the double. Vijay Dinanath moves forward. Pinkman misses on the crush and he's gonna end up losing his life. What a blink at the nick of time. Barely survives that. Even ditches the Invis rune in the river. Talk about panicking.
So they got a tower.
They got the melee barracks.
And they got the melee barracks.
They did end up losing the Terrorblade and the Doom for it. However, they did get the Morphling kill. But now 2 lanes of barracks up against Baap Marega.
It is definitely a draft issue on the side of Baap Marega. They have no answer to the Terrorblade.
I mean, they have an answer to the Terrorblade, but the answer is to throw everything at him. And once he gets a BKB, that answer also gets taken away. Because I think it was the E-Blade that actually basically put the nail in his coffin, right?
Okay.
Once he gets his BKB, that E-Blade is not going to do damage to him.
And he's going to be able to just stand up and take that last lane of barracks down. And I assume they're going to do it with an Aegis as well. Just a couple of minutes to go before he respawns. Anyway, Templar, the target, up the grabs here. Pinkman comes in, gets the corrosive base into a crush, but they'll let it slide, they'll let it go.
TA gets glimpse. This is not what you want. Forces out a BKB there and aggressive 5. Look at them quietly cookie retreat. Okay, casual BKB. Let's just back off. Go on to the shrines. Maybe to Roshan.
I mean, now that when the BKB is down is when they want to force a fight, right?
Actually.
One of the better ways to force a fight is to go and just start beating up on the shrines. That's what Negi is doing, but they're not taking the bait. Vijay and his boys are just waiting. Waiting for another 50 seconds till the BKB is back online.
Net worth graph. What's it telling us? 15,000 net worth lead in favor of the Radiant. Do you think the Batrider is making... So, who did he last in the last fight? I think it was the Venomancer, am I correct? Yeah, it was the Venomancer who got a Glimmer Cape thrown on him and just got out of there. They need to bring down the Venomancer as soon as possible. I guess that is one way of them winning the fight.
Venom is just going full Davai, man. He's got into the Veil. Why? I mean, you've got enough damage to deal with their opponents. Again, this is what I'm talking about, right? Decision making is lacking. Pick up the Lincoln Sphere, stay alive a little longer. You'd add a lot more value to your team. Your job isn't to simply jump in and just pop a couple of spells. Your job is to stay alive long enough to drop down multiple venomous scales over the course of the battle and to keep dropping those plague wards while your Terrorblade is the one on the front lines. Getting that Veil is just... it's very questionable. It'll work if we manage to get a big venomous scale off, but it's such a risky maneuver coming out from him.
I agree with you. I mean, this is the kind of play...
I mean, same goes for
the
the
analyst
right?
panel would question after the game if aggressive 5 lost.
Yeah.
If they end up losing, it would be brought down to this Veil pickup. If they end up winning, it's going to be excused.
It's not even just the Veil pickup, man. It's the Doom as well. He chose to go armor, that's fine. But...
something to break the Lincolns?
yeah, the Lincolns, man. Lotus Orb would have been better if you wanted armor and utility versus the Batrider.
It looks like they caught out the TA. There is a glimpse bringing the TA all the way behind. TA has got the BKB, is holding on to it. The Plague Wards slowing down the TA and another to man. No.
MMR booster is out of there. That happens, man, maybe. Take a breather. Brain fart moments are very common, especially considering that...
It's not brain fart, it's mouth fart.
It's mouth fart, yeah. I mean, this is what, a best of 3 that's gone on longer than 3 hours now? Yeah, it's primarily because of the absurd pauses coming out from both teams. You'd think 10-minute pause times would translate into shorter games, right?
Anyway, it looks like high ground is next for aggressive 5. They've got the lasso on the side of Baap for Marega. Hopefully, they catch out Negi or Bartle's side.
How are they going to defend this? They've got BKB available. Yan is just manned up with his Aegis available. Man to self in top. Pinkman tries to get a crush off. They need that corrosive haze on the Batrider, but Bat is invis sitting next to them, waiting to jump in. But the tower's already taken a lot of damage. And the middle lane is starting to push in as well.
That's a Firefly on cooldown. For a short bit of time, but still.
If they defend here, things are going to look horrible for aggressive 5. There's the jump in with the super, the Poison Nova as well as the Venomous Gale, but look at that. BKB TA under cover of the Doom. The drop comes out, connects on a bunch of them. BKB from the Terrorblade as well. The Static Storm has been dropped. Nana Parekar jumps away to his replica with the BKB activated. Crush from Pinkman catches 2. Templar is still alive. Pops the Shrine to help tank through the Doom. Nana Parekar is trying to do what he can, but look at the damage he takes from that Terrorblade in his illusion. Nana Parekar's own Morphin replica was beating up on him. The lasso comes out. They've got the real Terrorblade. He has the Aegis, but he's so far behind enemy lines here. And where is the backup? The Templar's actually getting thrown behind. They will get the kill on the Templar Assassin, while Terrorblade and his armor and HP will allow him to just waltz out of there in their faces.
even a Glimmer came for good measure. They're coming back for the barracks. They want the final lane of barracks here, and they will get it by the looks of it. A buyback comes out from the TA, but it's a tad bit too late. They've got the kill on the melee barracks, and now they're slowly retreating on out of there, dropping down reflections on the way out.
Well, TA, she's looking for more jumps in with the buyback. Corrosive Haze, Infernal Blade, Terror Blade kicked up in the air. 2-man crush comes out from Pikmin. It looks like TA, that's a dieback on the TA, and MMR booster will fall as well. This series is done for good. The GG comes out from MMR booster, and just for style points, they do end up killing the Warlock.
MVP for me is Pikmin. We've not talked about it too much during the game, but his crushes have been beautiful,
Absolutely.
and his rotations have been really good.
If this was Doom with any other support, say a Monkey King or an Earth Spirit, I'm a Monkey King instead of a Slada, I don't think Aggressify would have won this game. A lot of it boils down to the Slada pick and how Pinkman kept finding initiation and lockdown for his team time and time again. So, congrats to Aggressify. A rather unfortunate game too though.
Yeah, rather unfortunate game too with...
strange game too actually.
I mean, yeah.
I didn't understand what
There
happened.
was a casual 4v5 somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, casual 4v5.
A5 played like 15 minutes of the game 4 versus 5, but I don't want to say that's the reason they lost. I still feel like they were going to lose with the shenanigans that they started off with. Even before Passwall disconnected, they were like 8-1 behind, and Axe was going nuts, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, folks, it's been a pleasure casting for you this evening. We're going offline on the Cobx channel for now. Hope you've enjoyed. Do hit the subscribe button and come back tomorrow at 3 p.m. for another best of 3 featuring some of India's best Dota2 teams. I'm CloudX, with me was Vivek. We'll catch you later.